degrees this afternoon on this Monday. Mostly sunny weather conditions. 61 degrees in Carlsbad and Artesia. In Hobbs and Lovington at 59 degrees. Plenty of sunshine across southeast New Mexico for today. Tomorrow the clouds increase over the area and the wind becomes a bit gusty as well. 63 degrees in Roswell to 66 degrees in Carlsbad. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Everts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Tell me, what day is it?
It's Monday.
Okay, Monday.
Monday, so.
Monday, so.
Okay, well, I gotta get back to work.
Well, it's Monday.
I better get back to work.
Got the nose to the old grindstone.
In fact, today, I'm going to ask for, nay, demand a raise.
Why don't you tell me why you think you deserve a raise?
I'm fairly smart. I'm a hard worker.
I'm a hard worker.
Oh, yeah.
Joy to be around.
Showtime.
I show up every day. I show up every day. What more do you want from me?
90% of it.
That's what Tom says.
Yep.
I show up every day. I'm here every day. What more do you want? So I want to know about the largest raise or the least amount you've ever received. Yeah. On Ask for a Raise Monday. 608-608. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Welcome to the Monday show. We'll check in with the weather forecasts. California's got a bunch of rain as of late. Holy crap.
Talked to my sister in San Diego yesterday. Man,
It's her husband's name, Noah.
yeah.
We'll talk about that coming up. California Western Monarch Day, Disaster Day, National Chocolate Fondue Day. Tom, what is a fondue?
Fondue is something fun to do.
Fondue, that's...
Or could it be like a fountain of chocolate?
Yes.
That would too.
Or cheese.
Or cheese, yeah, fondue. But Tom, today is officially your day. National Fart Day.
I am not a crop duster.
You better not
Yeah, well, we know different. Shower with a friend day. No, thank you.
Depends on the friend.
Well, yeah, but that's only going to get me in trouble.
Okay.
I'm already in trouble. My wife has this friend, and she's got a tattoo right in the middle of her breast,
Yeah.
and it's a sea turtle. And so I am, look, I'm too old to change. And I told her, I said, I'm not staring at your boobs. I'm just checking out your new tattoo. Very nice, by the way. So
Well,
my wife just laughs. She knows me.
If someone has ink, isn't it polite to ask? Like if you truly appreciate body art.
You get a tattoo that goes from both sides of the chi-chis, and the sea turtle's head is coming out at the bottom of the cleavage. It's meant to look at. I'm just saying that's meant to look at.
Right.
No doubt. That's meant to look at. World Nutella Day. Tom, what is Nutella?
Means telecommunications.
No, Nutella. It's like the spread, the chocolate hazelnut spread.
Oh, never had that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I like hazelnut coffee.
Yeah, I don't even care for that. But that's just me. Oh, what the hell am I doing? I'm trying to change the air condition with the TV remote. And I'm like, why the hell's it not working? What the hell's going on here? Well, you buffoon, you want to turn the remote, you want to turn the air, it's the big white remote. You want to change the TV, it's the Amazon remote. All right, thank you for cueing me in on that. Check on the weather, I'm going to get to that in a second. Text line 877-396-W105. Biggest raise you've ever received. That is the question. I'd love to hear from you this morning. Our number 877-396-W105. Biggest raise that you have ever received. I remember I went to work for a different company. It's not like a raise, but it is a raise because I gave myself a raise by changing companies.
Right.
And I got like a $30,000 a year raise by changing companies.
Wow.
And I was quite proud of myself for negotiating that contract. They were like, well, how much you making now? Yeah, I'm not really comfortable letting you know. I'd rather know how much you're going to pay me.
Wow.
So I want to know what kind of raise that you ever got. Talk show host Dr. Phil criticized Biden and Kamala Harris while filming along the Mexican-Texas border.
What?
But Dr. Phil used he's used to bad people that do crappy things.
Yeah, but he's a big lib.
Yeah, well, he is, but he's on Trump's side here, on this side. Remember, he's the first one that introduced the Cash Me Outside girl, so he's used to dealing with crappy people. He was critical of their handling at the border, saying it's a humanitarian crisis. And you know things are really bad when a dude hosting a daily TV show that was discovered by Oprah and is friends with Oprah says they're doing a crappy job. I'm just saying, you know, things have gotten really bad.
Yes, sir.
And Biden has declined to do the pregame Super Bowl interview on CBS.
Oh, God, please.
Really?
Making it the second year in a row he is dodging the traditional big game news sit-down that every other president has done. I think he's going to spend the rest of the time in his basement. My question is, why would you? This is free advertising.
Yes.
I guarantee you ask Donald Trump if Donald Trump wants to do that. And he's like, yeah, I'll take the free advertising.
Absolutely. If you're running for president.
I mean, why would you turn it down? Because Joe Biden's only going to go where Joe Biden is controlled. He controls the interview site.
Right.
MTD, he'll be on the, late night talk shows. Somebody might ask him a question he can't answer. That's the problem. Guess who passed away over the weekend, Tom?
The Apollo Creed.
Well, his name is Carl Weathers, damn it.
Wow. He played, everybody knows him as Apollo. Yeah, he passed away. I saw that.
Yeah, he was 76 years old. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think he was that old. But part of the problem is 76 really isn't that old.
Not in today's world, no.
I mean, it really isn't. Taylor Swift fits in with the Kelsey family. By the way, last night she swept the Grammy Awards.
Sure did.
And I got friends that watched that, and I was like, you watch that? Tom, you watch it? Come on, tell us the truth.
Nope.
No? But your girl Taylor was on there.
Yeah. She picked up her 13th, 14th, 18th, 19th Grammy, but who cares?
She won a bunch.
Yeah.
But the deal is, she said, I have a secret to tell you. I saw that in the highlights. And everybody thought, I'm going to marry Travis Kelce. But
Who thought
Boy,
that?
you sure watch a lot of highlights, football highlights.
But she said that she's got a new album coming out. That's what it was.
Oh, great. Can't wait. Get out there and buy it for sure. All right, I did see this over the weekend. Albertsons coming to Lovington. United Families building a new Albertsons in Lovington. And there were also people that were opposed to this because the city of Lovington gave them $500,000. So, and look, if you look at economic development, this is the way economic development is done.
That's right.
That cities invest, and they're looking for a big payout. And me and Blake talked about this. So what kind of money annually do you think, like a United, will bring into the tax coffers for the city of Lovington?
$2 million in gross receipts.
Couple million.
Taxes.
So they invest $500,000. And in 10 years, they're making a lot of money off of the taxes.
Well, and again, who's opposed to bringing in competition? I bet these same people drive to Hobbs to go to the Albertsons there that are complaining that they bring one.
And that's part of the reason that Albertsons is United Albertsons, same family, is coming to Lovington because they did a survey and it was. The survey said they should come to Lovington. So that's why they're coming to Lovington. So, but $500,000
That's
seems like
nothing.
a lot of money.
No, that's nothing to bring a grocery store.
Really? But
Am I
their,
right
their
about
margin
that?
of profit was very, very low, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
For a grocery store, yes.
Grocery stores profit margins are very thin.
Yeah.
So they have
Am
to
I
be very
talking
particular
that
about where
amount?
they go.
I started thinking, is it 500 million or is it 500,000?
Well, big difference.
And the other thing, guys, can you get anybody to come to work? Do we have the workforce to fill that store?
Do we have
The
the
workforce.
workforce to build the store?
No, to fill that store, to people come work. I mean, that's a different question. I hope we do, because
If you build it, they will come.
they will. Okay, we'll find out.
Yeah, look, as far as workers, probably. I got a friend of mine that works for United and has worked for them in Roswell. Recently went to work in Lubbock, and I mean they get benefits, retirement, all kind of other stuff. So
Yeah, it's a difference too, because when you go to work for like Albertsons or United, it's a larger. It's not that big of a chain, but it's a chain, right? Like it's United family of supermarkets. So there's multiple outlets, Tom. So it's not like you're just working for one store. Like they can bring in people to train people to do things.
Good.
So I'm anybody know for whatever reason I'm thinking it was 500,000. There, if anybody knows different than that, 500,000 is what I'm pretty sure. 500 million would be way over the top.
The city doesn't have that kind of money to give.
No, they don't. So that's why I'm thinking it's 500,000.
And again,
All right,
500,000, really not that much. And you think about like C-Tech down in Hobbs, which is obviously not a grocery store; it's a education center.
School.
But it cost $50 million to build it.
Right. So we're not talking about.
Yeah.
We're not talking about a whole bunch of money. Look, the city of Lovington donated. How much they donate to like the wellness center? Now that was a community effort with the county and with the hospital, but how much money did they give to that?
I think I'm just gonna off the top of my head, 10 million.
I think
probably
it
about
could.
right.
I don't know if it's 10 million, but I know it was a sizable amount of money.
Right.
For sure. All right, we're going to talk about the legislators over the weekend. Get ready for this. I'll get to that coming up next. Check of the weather being brought to you by our buddies at Camp Tall Pines, camptallpines.com. Camp of the Tall Pines, an awesome place to get away. This time of the year, the weather is really nice up there. Yep. And if you got an RV, you can just go and park up there with a RV hookup. They also have the cozy cabins and the glamping tents. You want to take the kids up there for the weekend, want to stay a week, or maybe you have nothing to do. You want to get away. You want to go test the waters. Maybe you're thinking about moving up to Mayhill or Cloudcroft. You want to go test the waters. This is the perfect place to be. Camp the Tall Pines. You want to have a big gathering. I mean, they host football teams. They host church groups, maybe family reunions. Give them a call this morning for availability, 575-687-4101, and go to the website, camptallpines.com. You can also check them out on Facebook. 59 and sunny today, cloudy skies tonight, down to 37, 64 and sunny tomorrow, 65 on Wednesday. We're looking good for the first part of the week. Check of the weather being brought to you by Rig Outfitters in the home store, Broadmoor Mall, Hobbs, America, FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts. They've got everything if you're going to work in the patch. Furniture, appliances, electronics in the same store. Maybe you're thinking ahead to the big game and you're thinking about getting a brand new TV, maybe a new recliner and such. Go talk to them about zero down financing at Rig Outfitters and the home store. Right next door to Scrub Outfitters with the largest selection of scrubs, healing hands, Mac Couture's, Peaches, and, of course, all the compression socks and comfy shoes. Scrub Outfitters right next to Rig Outfitters and the Broadmoor Mall. Tom on the text.
All right, so this text says, you can't get people to work at Artesia. Tom is right, says the text. Buddy is chiming in. You know, survey says 58% of people go to Hobbs and shop. Wow. And the question of the day, the least raise, the most raise you've ever had, $35,000, says this one text. And the least,
ding, ding, ding.
the least is 10 cents, says this texter. First
Wow.
raise that I ever got on, I got 10 cents on the pulling units. The biggest raise was an $8 raise to pay me $33 an hour, says that raise. Hey, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, this text is saying, but didn't we a couple of years ago have a 75-cent sales tax on gas that New Mexico passed? Now they want to add another 50 cents to that? Am I correct?
I am going to get that. Okay, here's the deal. Last year, they tried to pass this clean energy bill, and it failed. So they reintroduced it this year, and it passes the House.
Right.
Hasn't passed the Senate, correct?
Correct.
So still needs to pass the Senate, and the governor would love to pass it.
Oh, yeah.
This would put a tax burden on every working person, 50 cents at the pump.
At least.
Wow.
Yeah, at least.
So I'll get to that complete story coming up in just a second. Tom, one more before we dive in.
All right, shout out to the Bulldog Bowling Team, Texas state champions. Great to be a Bulldog. Team state champions. Great to be a Bulldog.
I was going to say, how are they Texas state champions?
Went over to Texas and won it.
I was like, where the hell they competing in Texas now? They going over to Texas.
Go Bulldogs.
Go Dogs. Yeah, there you go. Congratulations, by the way.
Congratulations, Texas Bulldogs. Gene Dow was over there really upset. They're transferring to Texas, leaving his hometown. All right, we got to get to the tweet of the day. Let's dive into these stories first.
Okay.
New Mexico lawmakers passed a bill that would require a waiting period for gun purchases.
Yes.
So they did bring this down from 14 days to 7 days.
Right.
Yes.
So New Mexicans will have to, if you're purchasing a gun, you want to take it home, you're going to have to wait 7 days. Now, is that the longest waiting period in the United States?
I don't know.
I think 14 days was the longest.
I think so, too.
So I'm thinking that 7 days is not the longest, but it's still a pain in the butt. And you're not doing anything. And once the numbers come back, after you institute this and the numbers come back, that crime hasn't gone down. I want to be the first person to laugh in your face. I want to be the first person, Andrea Romero, Santa Fe Democrat, to laugh in your face. I want to be the first person to go, where's the numbers? Why aren't the numbers? Because it's not the law-abiding citizens that are breaking the law. It's people that are obtaining guns illegally.
But they
and
don't.
instead of worrying about this, if you would actually do your homework and maybe dig down where the gun came from, that people are involved in crimes, I think you would discover that. But you're not worried about that because it's not important to you.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with guns for them.
Yeah. So the final vote, 37 to 33. The House passed the bill with a narrow vote, and the governor's going to sign this. You know she's going to sign it.
Yeah.
Well, and did you notice that in that there is an exception for transactions between family members? You know, you still got to go do the background check for your family member, but there is no exceptions for domestic violence situations or military or veterans or police. So if you get say a new police officer or even an old police officer, doesn't matter.
So he's got to wait to get a gun.
Yes.
He's got to wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
7 days.
Yes.
Wow. Even though their background's already been checked out.
Yeah. But again, for domestic violence situations, these people are in need of immediate protection.
Right.
And now you've taken that away from, and for largely a number of women, you've taken away a woman's ability to protect herself.
You want to talk about taking ability away from women?
That's it.
Women's rights.
Yep.
And she's all worried about mass shootings, that the top mass shootings in the country, they purchased firearms that they used.
Well before they went and did it. So it wasn't within those 7 days.
You're never going to stop crazy people from doing crazy things.
Correct.
I don't care if it's 7 days. I don't care if it's 14 days. You're never going to stop crazy people. Over the weekend in England, there was a mass stabbing. I don't know if you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? Take guns away from people?
Well, they in England, they've talked about taking knives away.
All right, I'm going to get to the tweet of the day coming up next. Then we're going to talk about this 50 cents a gallon tax. And Patrick Mahomes' dad, he might not be going to the Super Bowl.
All that.
I'll dive into that. We'll get to that coming up next. Tweet of the day being brought to you by King Driving Academy, located 1430 West Bender and Hobbs. 4-week CDL training school. You get 2 weeks of theory training and then 2 weeks on the road. The course is taught by a state-certified CDL instructor. No computer, no books. Everything is hands-on. And right now, you mentioned being the Breakfast Club, deduct $500 off the course price. They offer flexible course times, and you can find them in Hobbs on Bender, or give them a call, 575-441-7835. You've been thinking about maybe getting your CDL. This is the perfect time to get in touch with them. All right, tweet of the day. Canada is going crazy. Blake, you remember the guy that was arrested in Canada because he was screaming a question to a legislator. Remember that?
I do. What was the question? It was
Rebel News Network is the name of the group. I don't remember his name, but he was on the scene this weekend when college volleyball teams were competing. Mm-hmm. And here's the rest of the story.
David Menzies for Rebel News here at Centennial College in Toronto. And we have the latest example of transanity to the power of 5, quite literally. We were tipped off that this female volleyball game that we witnessed earlier featured not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 men pretending to be females. Sir, why are you playing with the woman? Why are you taking away a real woman's spot? I'm just asking questions.
Over here.
Who are you, ma'am?
You're not allowed over here.
Hey, don't touch me. Why are you allowing men to play with biological females? Sir, why are you taking away a spot from a real woman? Hey, excuse me. Don't touch me, sir. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
What's wrong with you?
Why are men playing with women? We saw it with our own eyes, and now they're changing this. Hey, Coach, why are you playing male players? Why are you playing male players?
I'm not.
Biological males. Why are you doing that? What happened to chivalry?
It's not that.
Why am I transphobic, huh? Why? No. Am I being transphobic? Why?
Shut up.
What? Oh, wow.
Answer my question.
Did we trigger you?
I hope you can go rot in hell, you f***ing white. You wanna go fight?
Oh, did we trigger you?
Okay.
Sir, are you suffering from mental illness? I'm sorry.
You have a f***ing vagina.
Oh. 5 transgender players between 2 teams. He went on to say about the transgenders were killing the women competing. Well, I can only imagine. And they showed them. They look like they're linebackers.
Wow.
They're huge.
Wow.
Craziness. All right, price of oil coming up in just a second. We got to get to the 50 cents a gallon tax. We'll do that next morning show this morning. Being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells Fuel Station, driving on 128 this morning. If you're between Jowl and Carlsbad, exit on Buck Jackson Road and fill up. Go down 2.75 miles on Buck Jackson Road. You will notice them. It's a large covered facility. They sell unleaded, green diesel, red diesel, DEF value, open to the public, accepting all your fleet cards, credit cards, and debit cards. So next time you're on 128 and need fuel, don't sweat it. Exit on Buck Jackson Road. Tom on the text.
All right, so you know what? This is Jody. I ain't going to wait 7 days. I'll just go to Texas and purchase a firearm, he says. And on the question of the day, least amount of raise than most you've gotten, this text says, I got a 9% raise 2 years ago, says the text. You know what? This one text is saying they will add even higher grocery prices. Too bad HEB won't come here, but they only do it in Texas.
I love HEB.
Yeah, says the text.
Thank you, Tom. All right, we're going to get to the, let me do the thought for the day. We'll check in with the New Mexico House, ECO House bill. Senate, we're praying for you guys, for sure. All right, thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years plus serving Southeast New Mexico. They deliver oil and gas products and the patch. They would love to chat with you. If you need oil and gas products or interstate batteries on location right now, they go on-road and off-road. Diesel, gas, DEF value, interstate batteries, and more. Go to the website, wakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is, I've been training all football season to eat at Super Bowl level. It is the thought for the day. All right, Tom, quickly to the, let's get to the price of oil this morning. Being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Solutions and CUD Energy Services. Right now, they are hiring. They are hiring service supervisors in training, CDL required. Diesel mechanics, they are looking for you. Electric technicians, you E-techs, they are looking for you. Equipment operators, CDL is required, and they're looking for experienced pressure pump hands. Housing's available. They offer great pay and one of the best benefit packages in the industry. Equal opportunity employer, and of course, they are a drug-free employer. Apply today. Text Oilfield to 63566 or go to greatoilfieldjobs.com.
West Texas Intermediate, $72.15, $77.32 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas, $2.08.
All right, let's dive into the New Mexico House passing the eco-friendly bill, which will be significant. It will hit you right in the pocketbook. Yeah, and for people barely getting by, can you afford 50 cents a gallon or more in addition to what you're paying right now? The passage was very narrow. It was 36 to 33, reflecting pretty much on the division of Republican and Democrats. The bill in question modifies the version of House Bill 41 by and lays the groundwork to add taxes to your how much you pay at the tank. And it is crazy in a time that we cannot afford to live. This is much like Washington State, Oregon, and California. They adopted the same thing. This is a big push for people to join and get on board with EVs. This is all of that this is about.
Well, and it's a penalty. You know, they look at this 50 cents a gallon because they want to reduce the amount of fuel being sold. So
it is like when Texas added 50 cents per pack of cigarettes.
Right.
No different.
Right.
But smoking is a choice.
Yes.
Driving to work is not a choice.
Correct. Now, the only thing I can say about like Lee County in particular, and like Eddy County, because it also borders Texas, is that fuel places right inside the state line of Texas are going to start doing really well.
They're going to do really, really good.
Line it up, boys.
But cities like Roswell, Chaves County,
in trouble.
You guys are going to suffer. You guys will suffer for sure.
Well, and you always hear about people saying, "Look how high gas is in California and Oregon and Washington." Well, guess what? New Mexico is soon to be added to that list.
And you know what's different between us and those communities? We're an oil producer. They are not.
Right.
That's the difference. All right. It seems like the whole family is messed up. Patrick Mahomes' wife and brother are just nut jobs. And then now you got Patrick Sr. And this is not his first DUI.
Right.
Supposedly, it's like his third or fourth.
You got a problem.
Yeah, he might have a problem. Get your dad in the rehab. That's probably the best thing. So Patrick Mahomes has been arrested driving while intoxicated 1 week from the Super Bowl. Mahomes Sr. was arrested at least 3 times for the same offense. Pulled over by cops in Tyler, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Suspicion of driving while intoxicated.
Yep.
His bond set for $10,000. TMZ first to report this. Father of Patrick Mahomes was arrested in 2018 for DWI and pled guilty, sentenced to 40 days in the county jail, which he served on weekends from February 19th to February 20th. Mahomes Sr.'s latest, he just came out 8 days before his 28-year-old son takes the big stage on the Super Bowl. Get some help, bro. You have a problem. You have a problem. Best thing for you to do is say, I have a problem, and go get some help.
Right.
Your son is playing for one of the biggest games in his career, and he's got to be worrying about you. Selfish. Of course, most addicts are selfish.
That's true.
Tom, would you call him an addict?
Yeah, 3 times,
He's
yeah.
addicted to alcohol. He can't stop. Sad. Border Patrol arrests 69 undocumented immigrants inside a El Paso storm drain over the weekend. By the way, where were these folks from? Guatemala, Bolivia, Mexico, Honduras, El Salvador, among some of the places. At least we didn't have China, at least. All right, we're going to dive into the bad bill that was signed over the weekend.
Yeah.
I'll get to that coming up next. We're talking about the Border Protection Bill, and I'll tell you why it's bad, and I'm sure Blake can tell you why it's bad. Tom will just sit there and won't say anything.
No, I heard the news.
What's that, Tom?
I saw the news on it this morning.
Yeah, well, okay, well, we'll let you try to comment.
We'll let you do it.
You want a seat at the big boy table? We're going to let you sit there.
Oh.
All right, morning show this morning being brought to you by Road Runner Grill and Barbecue. Go check them out. They have awesome food. If you haven't been there, you really need to go check this place out. Maybe you were there in the past at their previous location. Now they've got barbecue, which is simply awesome. The barbecue is. Well, everything is. They offer Mexican dishes. Sometimes they have seafood. Super, super cool. Find them 811 West Main. And don't forget, they've got the smoked barbecue burgers that are wrapped. It's the bacon-wrapped smoked barbecue burger. So they wrap this whole thing, the whole burger, with bacon, dripping with barbecue sauce, and then they put it in the smoker. They also have fried catfish right now.
That's
so
awesome.
Go check them out, 811 West Main. They're serving up breakfast, but go in there. If somebody goes try that bacon-wrapped barbecue burger, I would love to hear about it because it sounds awesome. Give them a call in advance. You want to treat everybody on location to something special? Let them bring you barbecue out there or breakfast or whatever. 575-736-2573. Give them a call today. All right, 641. We'll get into the terrible border bill coming up next. Donald Trump was on Sunday's Fox show. Here's what Donald Trump had to say.
I think this. Our country's a mess. Our borders are open and insecure. 9 months is a long time. You have a very good chance in that period of time of having World War III because we have somebody that is not doing his job properly. He's not respected. He's laughed at all over the world. He's not doing a good job.
I can attest that he's laughed at all over the world. I haven't met one person that said, oh, man, we're scared to hell of America.
Right.
And some people might say, well, our allies don't have to be scared of us.
Right.
You might be right about that. But
gotta have
our
respect.
enemies need to be scared of us.
They got to have respect.
Yeah, and respect is a big word. So Donald Trump continued on the Sunday Fox show.
To flip blue states like in New York and in New Jersey, there's a rumor you're going to do a rally in the South Bronx.
I think so, yeah. I think I will do that. And
Then when are you going to do that?
I think I'll do one maybe at Madison Square Garden, too. I think we have a chance. New York has changed a lot in the last 2 years. We have migrants all over the street. They're living on Madison Avenue. I mean, nobody can believe what's happened to New York. The people of New York are angry. People that would have never voted for me because I'm a Republican. I mean, they're Democrats. Their parents would they vote for Democrats. I think they're going to vote for me. So I think we're going to give New York a heavy shot.
I am seeing more and more African Americans also saying the same thing about Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And they really need to be pushing, and Donald Trump needs to be going into these communities.
Yep.
And that's why he's going to the Bronx. That the Bronx is made up, I think, together. Mm-hmm. It's about 80% when it comes to Hispanics and African Americans. That's why he's going to the Bronx.
I bet that's right.
I think we're close. Donald Trump talks about EVs. Here's what he had to say. He is pro oil and gas.
This electric car mandate is insane. They don't go far. They cost too much. And they're going to be made in China because they have the material to make it. We have a thing called gasoline. We have oil and gas. We have gasoline. And that's what people want for the most part.
I mean, if you're in the oil and gas and you're thinking, well, I'm not voting for Donald Trump.
Then
you like your job? Do you like your job? That's like these union leaders. They're voting for Biden.
Cutting off the nose to spite their face.
They are, because Biden is down with EVs, and you will lose your job.
Yep.
New York police departments are mad that the 4 immigrants are walking the street. Here's what they beat up 2 of their own. Here's what one guy said.
Why aren't they in jail right now? They brutally attacked a New York City police officer and a lieutenant. Our criminal justice system is upside down. It fails every day.
I thought for somebody to be released, they had to have a place, a permanent address, number one. How do you know they're going to show up for the court date?
You don't.
It's insane. It's insane. Kamala Harris talking about immigration. Another person that's insane. What a buffoon.
We all know that our immigration system is broken.
I want you to keep listening for that word, because it's the same thing they all say. Immigration system is broken.
It has been for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
On day one, right after our inauguration, when President Biden and I came in, first bill we offered was to clean up the immigration system and create a pathway for citizenship.
We already have a pathway to citizenship. Mm-hmm. Don't lie.
And what
we
is this
have a pathway to citizenship.
What is this we?
Right.
I don't remember her signature on there.
No. But we have a pathway to citizenship. We do.
Yes.
We have a process. You want to become a citizen? We have a process.
Correct.
Don't circumvent the process. Whole thing is crazy. All right, beautiful day today, getting up to about 59. We're going to talk about this border bill coming up next. Stand by. We're going to dive into that. Morning show being brought to you by WWRV times3.com, 988-0392. They have a total of 162 RV hookups in Carlsbad. 3 RV parks, and this is for the working folks. They offer all utilities included for one low price. Includes high-speed internet, and 30 and 50 amps are available. Pet-friendly, very well lit up, nice place to stay, quiet place to stay. 988-0392 for more information, or go to WWRV times3.com. All right, Tom and the text, and we're coming back. We're going to dive into this border bill.
On the text, so this 7-day waiting period will basically end gun shows in New Mexico, says the text.
Never thought about that. Yep.
Could do it. And with Pat Sr., it's not just alcohol. He's been that way for years, says the text. I'm from Tyler, and Pat went to the same high school I did. is Pat Sr. has been an alcoholic and drug addict. Well, he's done that for years.
Didn't he play professional baseball?
Yes, he did for the New York Mets. Sure did. Yep. His problem, though, he got caught, says this one text. And if you vote for anything, says this text, Democrats, the people suffer. Democrat people suffer, says the texter. And Blake is correct on this text. I live right here in Sunland Park, so I guess I'll be fueling in El Paso again.
Yep.
Says the text. And guys,
that's that's tax dollars that are going out the window.
Right. And this one text says, you cannot buy a pistol in New Mexico. A pistol in Texas with New Mexico license says that.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes and no. You can't. If you have a driver's license in Texas, and you can't buy a pistol in New Mexico. If you have a New Mexico license, you can't buy a pistol in Texas from a licensed dealer. Right. But if you have individuals selling a pistol to another individual, you can do that. And in Texas, if say you wanted to buy a pistol from me, and we were in Lubbock,
right,
and I could sell you the pistol, and I don't have to go through a dealer to do a background check on you in Texas.
Oh, there'll be a lot of that going on.
That's true.
This doesn't stop anything.
No,
and I'm just saying, in 4 years, I want us to look at the crime stats and see if they've gone down, because something tells me they won't.
They won't.
Well, law-abiding citizens, this is going to hinder them. It doesn't do anything to criminals.
Criminals don't obey the law to begin with.
No.
So they don't obey. So whatever. All right, national anthem and the pledge on the way this morning. We'll get to that morning show this morning, being brought to you by All American Cleaners. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds, $16.99. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs. You can find them online at allamericancleaners.net. Wash, dry, and fold, 17 pounds, $16.99. Dry clean your clothes, starch you up, keep you looking good. All American Cleaners. All right, this is a bad bill. Senate unveils the $118 billion bipartisan bill to tighten up the border security, aid Ukraine and Israel. This bill is 3 times more money going to Ukraine's border than our own border. I'll let that sink in for a second. Okay, go ahead. It gives wait. I'm wrong. Senate gives Ukraine 75 times as much funding as the border wall. You got that? So
why
Senate
do these things have to be linked?
Measly $650 million to continue the border wall. In the meantime, Ukraine will get $48 billion in American taxpayer funding.
What? Why are Republicans letting these things be joined together?
That's the bigger question. These things should not be joined together. And the rumor is, and they approved it to be true this morning, internet rumors over the weekend, because this bill was 300 pages. There's no way that anybody read this bill.
Right.
They got it Friday, they voted on it Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
there is no way. Tom, how many pages can you read in a day?
About 2.
About 2. Did you just say 2?
That's what he said.
It's a long book. Yeah, 2
pages.
But 2 pages a day?
Yeah, that's probably right. But my big point on this bill is look who they had negotiating it. Right. It was all one-sided. It was all the most liberal people.
No. What it is, they have bent these Republicans over, and they have abused them like a altar boy. I mean, it is sad that the Republicans have no backbone, that they're continuously being bent over. It's sad. It is sad. Mitch McConnell needs to go.
Yep.
He needed to go prior to his stroke. He needs to go now.
Right.
Why do we connect all these bills together? That's problem number one. And this bill will not do anything until it gets to 8,500 migrants coming across the border a day. Now, We figured it out. What's the total per year at 8,500 migrants per day?
3.1 million.
That's a lot.
3.1 million people. And at that point, it would shut the border down. And if you believe that, why haven't they shut the border down weeks ago?
Right. Because you don't need a deal to close the border.
No, you don't. This is sickening. Republicans, supposedly, I pray to God that the Republicans in the House find their backbone and aren't bent over.
Yeah.
Tom, do you understand why I left the Republican Party? Do you understand?
I'm starting to now.
Because we are pushed around. We are pushed around and we just take it. And I'm sick and tired of taking it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick and tired of taking it. Time for us to stand up.
Well, and they're lying about it. You know,
well, they are lying about it. They're
the
saying
people
it's
who
a good
negotiated it, Langford out of Oklahoma,
right,
said, "Oh no, that's not what's in it." And I'm looking at a screen capture right here about it's in there. You know,
but there is no way somebody would be able to read that bill, 300-page bill.
Well, that just came out yesterday. Yeah, I think they're going to have a procedural deal coming up on Wednesday when they go over this 307-page bill.
And so the House supposedly is dead on arrival. We can only hope that it is dead on arrival because I'm going to be honest, Speaker Johnson, as of last week, early in the week, said one thing, and then I think Donald Trump got in his ear, and he flipped it. He flipped it. He said it's dead upon arrival. We can only hope and pray. All right, Los Angeles and San Diego under a state of emergency as they, how much rain, how many, did it say like 37 million Americans in California are threatened by this storm? But there was a...
That would be all of them.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yes.
Now, my sister lives in San Diego.
Yeah,
she
6
got,
feet of snow.
Yep. 10 inches of rain they've gotten over there.
Yeah. But there was a how much water has been dumped on them. There was a total number, and now I don't see that on Fox. I should have wrote it down. They said a certain amount of tons of or gallons of water that have come down. So,
well, they need to wash the streets.
Don't you ever complain about a drought ever again? Okay.
Never rains in Southern California. It's pouring.
It is now.
Boy.
Oh,
all right,
here we go.
Let's dive in the Martin Heinrich. This is funny. 6:54.
Hold on.
So, Tom, where's Martin Heinrich from?
Well, he's a senator from New Mexico.
He's not
but
from
he
New
is
Mexico.
living in Maryland, I believe.
He's from Maryland.
Is he from Maryland?
Yeah, he never. His family never moved here.
Why do we have a senator? Why do we keep voting him in as senator?
What a great question, Tom.
That's a great question, Tom. Thank you. Wow.
Vote him out, ladies and gentlemen.
New Mexico listed on Fox News this morning. United Nations Foundation is quietly fueling climate policy funding for the staff in Democrat funds, and it mentions New Mexico. That United Nations paying funding for staffs in Democrat states, and New Mexico is mentioned. So we got the United Nations pushing their agenda. Who funds the United Nations, Tom?
United States of America.
I hope if Donald Trump gets elected, he cuts off funding to him. All right, let's get back to Martin Heinrich.
Little Marty.
So Martin Heinrich, you tell the story, Blake.
Oh no. So little Marty Heinrich,
right,
as I like to call him, he made a post over on X, which used to be Twitter, and in the background is a bighorn sheep, and he's kind of motioning with his thumb over his shoulder. Now, I have questions whether this bighorn sheep is actually alive or if it's taxidermy and this was a prop. But anyway, he did that, and his tweet said, "Just a little over a century ago, elk were extinct in New Mexico. Thanks to the Thanks to the work of the previous generation of conservationists, I now have the privilege of interacting with this beautiful, amazing animal. And like I said, it's up on a little ridge right behind them.
I can almost see the green screen in back.
Right. You know, it's slightly out of focus, which is...
Okay, let's dive in the first. A century ago, were elk extinct, almost extinct in New Mexico?
I don't think so.
Yeah, the population of elk is...
We have
We run over in Rio Doce.
Yes. So in the Sacramento Mountains, there is a higher concentration of elk than anywhere else in the U.S. Like anywhere.
Anywhere.
Like you always hear about them in Estes Park and stuff like that because that one herd lives downtown. But there are more elk in the Sacramento Mountains than anywhere else in the United States.
Wait, that's a bighorn sheep. Oh, wait. Thank you, Marty. God bless.
Did you see some of the things that they...
Oh, they were charging him.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. All right, let's talk about Sophia's Law. Tom, what is that? Sophia's.
I have no idea.
You don't,
no.
You have no idea?
No.
So a 17-year-old girl in Albuquerque died from a drug overdose.
Mm-hmm.
Her family is now pushing to get a bill through the Roundhouse that would get overdose reversing medication at the hands of teenagers across the United States or across the state.
Oh, really?
Right.
So they want Narcan in every high school. I thought it was already in every high school, but they want accessibility to Narcan to be, available to teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to pass this bill, and it's going through the Senate Education Committee. And I hate to see families suffering with overdoses, but if we get it in the hands of teenagers,
right.
I don't know. I'm conflicted, I'm just telling you, I'm conflicted with giving it to every teenager. It's available in schools. EMS has it. There are many businesses that now have it, especially because of Albuquerque with the high amounts of fentanyl overdoses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
A lot of police are now carrying it with them.
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, I probably wouldn't fight it because if we could save one kid, I'm good with it. But putting it in the hands of teenagers, I don't know about that. Looks like hundreds of people gathered for a fallen New Mexico state police officer, and people coming from Colorado and Texas. So Sunday, they did the memorial run for the officer that died in the line of duty 3 years ago. And so Daran Jodot passed away. Remember, he was shot dead in that sting operation he was working with the DEA
right.
and Border Patrol. So, but they came together, hundreds and hundreds of people over the weekend. Donald Trump reveals the criteria for his running mate. Tom, who do you think? He dropped 2 names this weekend.
I'm going to say the governor out of South Dakota.
Thank you for continuing to listen. And Tim Scott was the other. But he went on thank you for finally listening to the show. So he said the criteria for a running mate, he had talked about that Sunday, and he said he won't be picking a candidate coming up any time soon. He said he's not in an emergency, but he did drop those 2 names.
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking for somebody that has good ideas and will work with people. That's the 2 things.
The funny thing is that a lot of those on the left immediately went to work to try to hurt Kristi Noem. They got the South Dakota tribe of to ban her from the reservation.
Really?
Yeah, they banned her from the reservations after she spoke at a Trump rally over the weekend. Yeah, hundreds of protesters from all around the United States flocked to the Texas border town on Saturday to vent about illegal immigration and then others were there to show support for Donald Trump.
Right.
So lots of people showed up in Texas, and I think a lot of people are just sick and damn tired. Tired. By the way, that rally held about 20 miles from Eagle Pass, and Texas Governor Greg Abbott has been clashing with Joe Biden.
Sure has.
And a part of that is about these buoys. And Trump said it's time to defend our border at all cost.
He's right.
Yeah, I think he's 100% right. Senate immigration plan needs the border closed. So on Sunday, J.D. Vance from Ohio, that's another guy that Trump really likes. On Sunday, he was on the Sunday morning show, and he said this immigration bill is a border that never closes. Said it is a border that will never close. It will always be open. And guess what happened? They shut him off. They went to commercials and never came back. Thank you, CNN. Appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, we don't want a discussion on anything. We can't have that. What's the matter with you? All right, we got a lot of things to get to. Tom in the text first.
All right, so this texter is saying, you know what? I want to give a shout-out to the people in Albuquerque. I went there for 3 days, and I came back with my car. It's okay.
Right. See, state police is doing an awesome job.
Right. And this one text says, if you put that Narcan in the hands of the teens, they will misuse it, says the text. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. And if the new gun law...
We'll see about that, damn it.
If the new gun law passes, my guess is that those that have you will buy a chance for guns and won't be affected. That's a question mark.
Well, all they're doing is encouraging people to buy guns off the street. You're turning law-abiding citizens into criminals.
And 432 Liberal B is saying, if you leave the Republican Party, does that mean that you're going to vote Democrat? Asked Liberal.
No, brother. I doubt if I will ever vote Democrat.
And a shout-out, a birthday this morning. I want to give a shout-out to my son, James. He turns 25 today. Happy birthday, James. Well, happy birthday from us here at W105. One more text me.
Go ahead.
Narcan should not have any side effects. This one text is saying.
I got something on my finger that you've never had before in your life.
Okay.
Something you have never had. Name it.
Money.
A callus.
Callus.
Yeah. You've never had that. On the way, we're
I get it.
Texas proposed some Texan posing as a minor lures a sex offender and then fatally shoots the sex offender. He has been charged. Cliff Kingsbury's got a new job. We'll talk about that. Second Amendment rally held in Santa Fe over the weekend. Greg Abbott talking about the razor wire. Did it actually help? We will talk about that. New bill would allow retired police officers a chance to get a job with a different agency. And cannabis background checks. We'll dive into that. Tucker Carlson's heading to Moscow. What's he going to do in Moscow, Tom? And a rapper arrested at the Grammys. We'll talk about that and more coming up in just a second. 7:06. I was totally surprised. A rapper was arrested.
Newsflash.
I mean, I was totally surprised. All right, check of the weather being brought to you by Janco Janitorial. Find them at 324 West Main in Artesia. Janitorial supplies. They've got you covered. They do window cleaning, office cleaning, floor stripping, and waxing. They do commercial industrial, and all field cleaning. Their folks are all certified, hazmat certified, PPE certified, and pathogen certified. Now, if you have somebody to do the cleaning, you're just looking for cleaning supplies, not a problem. Give them a call. 575-703-1869, JankoJanitorial.com. Weather for the next couple days looking pretty good. 59 and sunny today. 37 tonight, will be cloudy. Sunny tomorrow and 64. Even on Wednesday, sunny and 65. We're going to take a break, get you updated with everything going on with news, keep you updated. News this morning being brought to you by David Trujillo, Republican running for County Commissioner, District 1 in Lee County. Get in touch with David today if you need info on his campaign. Running for District 1, County Commissioner, Lee County. David is a Desert Storm veteran, 15 years of service. He is authorized as a OSHA instructor and safety supervisor. Has been doing that job for more than 17 years. Has served for 20 years as a city commissioner or mayor pro tem in Lovington. He understands the ups and downs of the oil field. He also understands how to work with a budget, how to get capital improvements from the state, and so on. Find out more information. Get in touch with David today. He is on Facebook. Check him out, David Trujillo. Check him out today, District 1 County Commissioner. He would appreciate your vote. 708, by the way, message paid for by David Trujillo, District 1 County Commissioner, and he would love to have your vote. 708, let's get updated with all the news, keep you updated. First, so let's qualify you for the trip we're giving away to Disney.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News. I'm Jim Miller. Most people hear the phrase intensive care. Their first thoughts turn to dimly lit, quiet areas of hospitals filled with folks recovering from injuries, heart attacks, or serious illness. When school officials in Lovington think of the ICU, they're talking about an initiative they believe could resuscitate education for select students who are struggling. Apathy among students is one of the biggest problems schools across the country face today, and breaking that cycle is what ICU is about. LMS started using ICU at the start of the second quarter of the school year with a senior class. Lovington High School principal Trey Williams says by the end of the first semester in December, results were already apparent, and the program grew to include 7th and 8th graders at Taylor Middle School, along with all 4 grades at LHS. Yet again, New Mexico ranked last, this time for its overall well-being of New Mexican children. The National and New Mexico 2023 Kids Count Data book analyzes how kids and families doing regarding economic well-being, education, health, and family and community, creating a snapshot in time of our county, state, and country with those metrics. Unfortunately, New Mexico ranking 50th for education, 49th for the economic well-being of children, 44th for health, and 48th for family and community. But how did Lee County perform? Lee County ranks among the middle of New Mexico counties at 14 out of 33 for the overall well-being of children. Heavy smoke could be visible for the next 3 months throughout southeast New Mexico as prescribed burns intended to remove fuel amid the spring wildfire season. BLM says beginning this month it will hold prescribed burns between highways 285, 60 to 180 in southern Eddy County near the Texas state line, with smoke visible in Carlsbad, Loving, Malaga, and Whites City. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti Ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas, or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured, whatever they printed on, your logo will look awesome.
When you need real licensed, bonded, and insured security, Southeast New Mexico Security Services is on the scene. Don't take your security for granted. Southeast New Mexico Security Services can protect your property, event, club, oil field location, or whatever else you need with licensed guards that will protect your assets. 20 years experience with security, licensed through the state of New Mexico, and fully insured. Give Jason or Ty a call at 575-706-8361 and stop worrying about the nonsense.
One day, two big shows. Kicker Monster Truck Show comes to the Lee County Event Center Saturday, February 10th. Kamikaze, Jurassic Attack, Overkill Evolution, Higher Education, Taurus, Black Stallion, plus a freestyle motocross show. And did we mention Tough Truck Racing?
Come early for the pit party and take a ride on a real monster truck.
Tickets now at KickerMonsterTruck.com. Sponsored by Four Rivers Equipment, Hobbs Iron and Metal, Sherwin-Williams Paint, and Garner's Motorsports.
Hear every sweet nothing this year with the new Bliss Hearing Aid by Miracle Ear. Recent studies indicate that hearing better can actually improve your love life. This month, Miracle Ear will include a free TV streamer when you invest in any compatible hearing aid. That's a value of almost $300. And to make things easier, Miracle Ear will work with your insurance or offer 0% financing for those who qualify. Call Crystal Dyer at 392-0218 today or visit miracle-ear.com to learn more.
Here we go again. Crime is out of control, but politicians refuse to go after criminals. Instead, they're targeting us. First, Governor Lujan Grisham banned honest citizens from carrying guns, even those with special training and licenses. Leaders from her own party opposed her. Even gun control advocates said the ban went way too far. But the governor dismissed the Constitution.
No constitutional right, including my oath, is intended to be absolute.
Fortunately, a federal judge stepped in and set her straight, blocking her ban. But now the governor is at it again, proposing the most sweeping gun ban in state history, banning the most popular sporting rifles, handguns favored by women for self-defense, even some hunting rifles. Call your legislator now at 505-986-4600 and tell them to oppose the governor's gun ban. Tell them to pass laws to punish criminals. Don't ban honest New Mexicans from defending themselves. Paid for by Unsilenced New Mexico.
Here is your Liar Liar Pants on Fire update.
Basically the same dose, but a smaller dose.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
All right, people, let's move it. Drive in today with the best damn morning show on earth.
Kevin, are you here? Did we miss him?
I'm here.
There you are.
God bless. God bless. I was checking on my pup because she's in heat.
Right.
And so I was going to breed her this go round. I've decided not to. I'll just wait it out.
How old's the puppy?
She's a year and a half.
Wow,
So I'm going to buy another one. That way I got my own one to breed her with.
Oh, there you go. Keep it in the family.
Well, because they want, you know how much they want to breed?
What?
The same price as a puppy.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I just buy one?
Right. Well, because it's sometimes they want pick of the litter too.
Yeah, I would have been good with that. But no, I'll just buy your puppy. All right, 16 minutes after 7, 16 after 7 p.m. The Breakfast Club. New survey finds employees are spending equivalent to 1 month's grocery bill on returning to the office. Yeah, because they were commuting before, and now they say the high price of gas, transportation costs is about 1 month of groceries per year. I would think it would be probably more than that, especially with this 50 cents gallon of tax. I encourage you to get in touch with your senators and say, please vote no in New Mexico. It's already passed the House. The governor will sign this, and it means 50 cents per gallon for gas. 50 cents a gallon.
So what is 50 Cent the rapper going to change his name to?
I don't know. But think about this. We are already one of the highest tax states, fuel tax.
Mm-hmm.
We're one of the most highest. You know the state that has the least amount of tax?
Let's say Mississippi.
Missouri. Missouri, I don't think there's any fuel tax.
You know, when I lived there, we always had low fuel prices. So that very well could be.
The reason I know this, because I would drive from Illinois back to Louisiana, always fill up in Missouri.
Right.
Always fill up in Missouri. A recent study finds that degrees in psychology, social work, and early childhood education have ranked among the worst paying jobs. So if you're studying in that path, you might want to rethink about that. I mean, which is why everybody should do reasonably good if their study is gender studies, right? They should. I mean, gender studies would be awesome. All right, gas tax. Gas tax. Gas tax. I'm looking for the California is the highest. We might surpass California. California's gas tax is 60 cents, 66.98 cents per gallon. We might surpass that because we're at 25 cents. You had 50 cents. Tom, 25 plus 50 is?
75.
Oh, Tom scores one. Wow. Thank you, Tom. God bless you.
So, if the governor signs this bill, when will it go effect next year or right after the session is over?
I don't know. I haven't seen the bill and the timetable. Have you seen that, Blake?
I have not, but you can bet that they will shove it through pretty quick.
Crazy.
I'm sorry. I was trying to wade through Washington. Yeah, Alaska has the lowest at 8.95.
Wow.
Yeah, our current tax rate is 24 cents. 24 cents a gallon. So add 50 cents.
So it will be 74 cents.
Yeah, and I don't think that includes the federal highway tax. Isn't there also a federal tax that goes on gas?
Yeah, you don't have a choice on that. That's nationwide.
So we're up to probably close to $1 per gallon.
Wow. So right now the gas in Lovington is $2.93. Let's just say it passes today. It raises our gas to $3.60.
No. No, Tom. Add 50 cents to $2.93.
60.
$2.93. 50
plus 50 cents.
That's $3.48.
No.
What would it be then?
If it's $2.93, it would be $3.43.
Or is that the new math? Or
$2.93 plus 50 is $3.48.
That's incorrect.
You said $3.43.
That would be correct.
What's the difference between 5 cents?
5 cents.
I don't know, right and wrong.
The difference is 5 cents.
Yeah, what's the difference? I mean, come on, Blake.
I think you're wrong, but you're take a calculator. Take a calculator out.
Are you serious?
I mean, what's the difference?
50 cents
plus $2.93. Let's just, if the gas stays the same.
No, I'm not even going to use my calculator. I am going to count on our listeners to tell us for you.
303, 313, 323, 333, 343.
That's exactly what I said.
348.
That's what he said.
You said 348. Where does the exponential come from?
Yes,
did
you just count on your fingers?
Yes, he did.
What the hell?
That's a lot of money.
Kids, stay in school.
Yes.
Stay in school. And, stay in school. And I don't know anybody that graduated at University of Texas, Permian Basin. The only person I know is Tom. So I am, if he's got the degree, because we've never seen it.
I'm going to Seminole, Denver City to get gas, boys.
Well,
you can't even figure out how much it is.
I want to add that nickel surcharge to whatever you do. You can just pay me that nickel every time per gallon.
God bless you. Brad Pitt supposedly is in talks to star in Quentin Tarantino's 10th and supposedly his final film called The Movie Critic.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Valentine's Day is a week from this coming Wednesday.
Yep.
Just a reminder. Holy crap. I got to get busy. William O'Connor.
Flowers just went up this morning, probably.
Yeah. William O'Connell, known for his roles in Star Trek, Twilight Zone, Batman. Batman from 1966, passed away. He was 94 years old. He also appeared in several of the Clint Eastwood, his country, the Western.
Spaghetti Westerns.
Yeah. Country star Darius Rucker arrested in Tennessee. He allegedly involved in a drug handoff with law enforcement. And his tags were expired. Come on. All right, they're going to punish this guy? I don't know. To me, give him a medal. Man accused of killing a convicted sex offender in Houston after he allegedly posed as a minor, he lured the guy. So court documents say officials have charged 22-year-old James Lewis Spencer with murder after incident occurred in Houston. So, in an update on Thursday, police arrested 37-year-old Sean Connery Showers. Well, identified the victim as Sean Connery Flowers. Sean Connery Showers. And so Spencer was arrested in Harris County. His bond is $250,000. Spencer told a witness he knew how to track sex offenders via an app on his phone.
Like Tinder?
He wanted to rob them and hurt them. And he later reported that he witnessed that if the police weren't going to do anything, he'd take matters into his own hands. So he tracked the pedophile. He went to the police. The police didn't do anything. So he took matters into his own hands and killed the pedophile.
Good for him.
And now he's been arrested. By the way, the Minnesota man that he fatally beat was a elderly sex offender. Beat the guy to death. Yeah. Showers, by the way, was pronounced dead. So, all right, two stories.
Yep.
Two stories. He killed the guy in Texas. He also beat a sex offender in Minnesota with a shovel. So he took out two pedophiles, and now he's going to jail.
And he had the shovel there, so he probably was going to dig the grave.
I mean, he was going to dig a grave, save us a lot of money. I mean, is it just me? I really don't have a problem with this guy.
Well, I don't either, but the problem is they say, okay, well, the justice system, you have to go through the justice system.
It's weak.
Yeah.
We let pedophiles out.
Yep.
Cliff Kingsbury joining the Commanders as they're joining the damn Redskins as their offense coordinator.
Right.
With new coach Dan Quinn.
Kingsbury is joining, and what they're hoping is that maybe they'll get somebody who wants to play for them.
Right.
Because there are several of the quarterbacks that are like, we don't want to go. So maybe now that they got Kingsbury, I mean, his offense, Maybe. He's had a tough road. He left Texas Tech. He was the new shiny thing. and didn't do that well.
Yeah.
Second Amendment rally held in Santa Fe over the weekend. All these Second Amendment gun killing, they taken away our guns, anti-gun legislation. So what happened was Stephanie Lard, John Block, and a handful of other Republicans said, let's hold a Second Amendment rally, and they did so on Saturday. So over the past couple years, Democrats have continued to come after our guns.
Right.
Where Democrat Andrea Romero said that since 2012, New Mexicans have 80% increase in gun deaths in the state.
Wow.
But
I don't believe
such
that.
a misleading figure, because when they say 80% increase in gun deaths in our state, and then when they talk about suicide and they say we don't care about those numbers until it becomes a gun death, because that's counted in
then
there.
We want it. Yeah, then we want it.
And we had a huge increase because of the lockdowns imposed by the governor for COVID.
Yeah.
So, therefore, if you really want to take those statistics to heart, the governor is responsible for a number of those gun deaths.
So, the red flag law, they want to expand that. They already passed, and it's going to pass. 7-day wait period. Governor going to sign that. Greg Abbott, speaking of a good governor from Texas, talking about razor wire, saying it has reduced the migrant entries. Razor wire that the state put up, and then the feds tried to fight them on it, has stopped people from getting across. Saying that we went down from 4,000 people a day to less than 2,000 people a day. Tom, would that be half?
Just a little bit.
Numbers dropped? Okay. I was just trying to figure that out. 728 morning show this morning being brought to you by the Butcher Block. Tom, where did you go today? You left the station earlier.
Yeah, I had come in earlier, and then I went to the bus because I thought I left something on. So
yeah, I left the stove on.
Went back.
So Butcher Block, if you're looking to get a awesome burrito and you're passing through Lovington, or maybe you live here, a lot of guys that are working, passing through, stop at the Butcher Block, pick up that burrito. And part of the reason their burritos and all their food is so awesome is that they have the meat market. They have the best of the best of meats. They've got 30 years experience in the meat market service. So pick up your burrito this morning. Maybe pick up some smoked meat, brisket and ribs and all that type of stuff, maybe for lunch. They have the daily lunch special. If you like them on Facebook, you'll get the daily lunch special and the meat market specials, the weekly specials. They have the frozen hamburger patties ready to go for you. And if you're planning on having a party for the big game, that's the perfect place. Get all your meat there. And don't forget, on the weekends, they're serving up menudo. 1422 South Main in Lovington, or just call your orders in 575-739-7778. Give them a call today. Tom on the text.
All right, so Adam from Lee County is asking, so the real question is, why is gas 30 cents cheaper in Hobbs than in Lovington? And gas in Lubbock is $2.45.
Well, I can tell you why the gas in Lubbock is cheap.
Right. But it's not 30 cents cheaper in Hobbs.
Why does that mean?
Well, gas in Texas is cheaper than New Mexico, and because we have a tax on our gas, a higher tax than New Mexico does. And it's getting ready to get a lot higher.
And
but gas in Hobbs is only about a nickel.
Is it different?
Yeah, about a nickel. And anywhere from a dime to a nickel.
Right. Rick and Hobbs said, I think Southeast New Mexico needs to break away from the rest of the state and become a territory, he says. Then reapply for statehood and become our own state and sit back and watch Michelle Lujan Grisham cry about not getting our oil and gas revenue anymore, says Ricky and Hobbs. Amen to that. And another texter says, on top of the increase on gas, They want to force carb standards also. That will increase the cost even more.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. By the way, this guy...
One of the texters texted in and said that it was going to be 2026 when that takes effect.
Oh, really? Okay.
So we got a little ways.
And when she's out of office.
Yeah, is that right? Yeah, she'll be out of office. Yeah. Representative Mark Wayne Mullen, this guy's from Oklahoma. You probably remember this guy because he wanted to fight a Teamsters union president.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that guy? Anyway, I love this guy. He's fiery. And we had somebody that was up there talking about oil and gas, talking about ending oil and gas. So he told her to put down her cell phone because it's made from oil and gas byproducts.
Right.
Yeah. By the way, that water bottle, that's made of plastic too. So he continues.
Everybody here is depending on plastic as you set. So if you want to end it, then quit using it. It's kind of like I don't shop at certain places right now because I don't agree with some of their policies. I choose not to do that. You can choose to not use plastic. Do your work. If you believe it, then live it that way.
Yeah, please do. Go ahead and live it. By the way, that computer made of plastics.
All your beauty products.
Beauty products. The list goes on and on. All right, two of your favorite people, Blake. Melody Stansberry and Teresa Leger Fernandez.
Ooh.
They got together to discuss the Treaty of Guadalupe. It was the anniversary of the treaty, and they got together to school everybody about the relationship between Mexico and New Mexico.
The agreements between the two nations that have so impacted who we are today.
And it goes on to articulate the specifics by which the Mexican government ultimately ceded land to the United States, but more importantly, the ways in which the United States promised the people of New Mexico that it would protect our lands, our water, our people.
The United States had a hard time understanding the idea that a people could hold land in common and care for and protect that land and that water, and we know that that is some of the strongest bonds that are...
So no other state cares about their water or their land, is what you just said. No other state. That's it. And by the way, I was super impressed earlier. Leger Fernandez spoke Spanish like a white chick. Like I've never heard of.
Yeah, she is that
she is. Yeah, well, Tom said she was Hispanic.
She is
not Hispanic.
No.
If
you Hispanic in her.
She does not.
She's not married to a Hispanic guy.
White, her father is white, and she married into a Hispanic family. That doesn't make her Hispanic.
No.
That makes her a white chick dancing cumbias at quinceañeras. That's what that makes them. All right, Dr. Phil goes to the border. Here's what Dr. Phil had to say.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, since President Biden took office, more than 6 million illegal immigrants have crossed Texas' southern border in just 3 years. That's more than the population of 33 different states in this country.
By the way, he did have a lot of negative things to say about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. I was quite surprised.
Interesting.
Hakeem Jeffries on ABC talks about the Democratic plan. Here's the plan.
Well, we're going to work very hard to make our case to the American people that we are focused on finding common ground, exercising common sense to deliver the common good and make progress for hardworking American families. If
you listen to him and Kamala Harris talk, and I'm going to go back to him, it sounds like it's a rhythm.
It is.
Listen to the way they talk. And it's like 3-word, like a rhythm. It's like cadence. Listen to him as he finishes.
If we are able to successfully articulate that vision for the future, people over politics, lower costs, better paying jobs, growing the middle class, safer communities, fixing our broken immigration system, I think we're going to be in a strong position in November to deliver a House Democratic majority.
There you go with that broken immigration system. Well, why haven't you fixed it? You're 3.5 years owning everything. Why didn't you fix it? You had 3 years to fix it. Republicans just took over the House.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest. It's time for people to go, really? You ain't done nothing. You ain't done nothing for us. Haven't done anything for Southeast New Mexico and Texas. That's for damn sure.
Right.
Quit voting for him. Joe Biden pandering again.
I just approved $3 billion for the nation's first high-speed rail line.
I gave $3 billion for the first high-speed rail line. This thing will go between Las Vegas and Los Angeles. But it's only going to be a 2-hour train ride instead of a 4-hour car ride.
You know, I gave $3 billion here, $25 billion there, $800 billion here, $700 billion there. Is this the Weimar Republic where we are just starting to print stuff like it's going out of style?
Well, and I gave. You didn't give anything, Mr. President.
Right.
You don't give anything. That's our tax dollars. And quit using it as a slush fund for your reelection campaign.
Right.
That's what you're doing. He's screaming about the jobs. Joe Biden's screaming.
We created a record 15 million new jobs to get this economy somewhere.
15 million new jobs I created. Where are they? Because we got all these places cutting jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I created it.
Well, he did 87,000 IRS agents.
Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot about those guys.
Again, they don't produce anything.
And he said something, he actually told the truth. He actually told the truth when it comes to the Supreme Court. Listen.
The Supreme Court of the United States blocked me, but they didn't stop me.
He's talking about paying off student loans. They blocked him, but they didn't stop him.
He's right.
So he admitted that he did not follow the Supreme Court and their decision. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to hear one liberal bitching and moaning about, well, Texas ain't following the Supreme Court. First of all, Texas is following exactly what the Supreme Court said.
Mm-hmm.
It said Texas could not prohibit the federal government
from cutting it.
It didn't say anything about adding more to it.
Or taking it down.
Yep. All right, 739. A bill would allow retired. Look, this is probably one of the most common sense approaches by Democrats I've ever seen. Senate Bill 87. It would allow retired police officers to join another agency without losing their pension. Some people call it double dipping. I don't care what you call it. We have a shortage of police officers and jail officers and probation officers and parole officers. Instead of them taking their job, going get a job in Texas and taking their experience to a different state, why wouldn't we allow them to stay here and pay them their pension and a salary? I have zero problem with it. None. Blake, you have a problem with that?
Not at all.
I think it makes sense.
It does.
I think it actually, and you know what? I think teachers should be able to do the same thing.
Exactly.
Let them collect their pension and at the same time keep teaching. We need teachers. Tom, you have a problem with that?
No.
You don't have a problem with double dipping? Oh, I know you don't. I've seen you at the Super Bowl parties. Yeah, I've seen you take a bite of the chip and then double dip it. Yeah, I've seen you.
Exactly why I'm not going to a Super Bowl party with Tom.
I've actually seen him. All right, 20 minutes away from 8, 20 away from 8. National anthem and the pledge on the way. I got to get to taking out the trash, things that happened on this date in history, and a cannabis background check is on board today. I think they will check that out. Tom, go ahead.
All right, so if Melody Stansbury and Teresa Ledger Fernandez hung out together, you could say they are dumb and dumber. And you had to get old Gabe Vasquez to the mix. And they're as the Three Stooges, dumb ASS, far-left socialist morons.
Elected by New Mexicans.
There you go.
The shrieking eel, Melanie stands for.
Right. And, I travel to Carlsbad daily from Lubbock, and I assure you, gas in Lubbock is way cheaper. I filled up this morning at $2.55, and I'm coming through Hobbs now, and the cheapest is $2.88 this morning, says the text. Okay. It's going to fluctuate, no doubt about it. And the texter says...
It's going to fluctuate.
Fire.
Well, yeah, it's going to fluctuate because he can't do simple math.
Right. And fire service needs double dipping as well. And the experienced people have retired, says the texter.
Yes.
Yep. So
I have no problem with people that are retired from the state going back to work. None.
Me neither. Because, this text says we have a shortage of them officers, too, because the good ones that have quit.
Right, because she got rid of qualified immunity.
Yep.
Well, qualified immunity has hurt us a whole bunch. No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, I am thankful for the law enforcement officers that hang in there, knowing that she did that.
Yeah, I just looked up gas prices in Lubbock. $2.45, Love's, Flying J, Murphy's. Cheapest gas around in Slayton, $2.34 at Wayne's.
Wow.
Wayne's World.
That's cheap.
Yeah, that's cheap for sure.
And one more text. El Paso is $3.09 a gallon right now.
$3.09 in El Paso.
That's high, man.
That's extremely high for Texas.
Yeah.
Wow. Tucker Carlson heading to Moscow. What do you think he's heading to Moscow for, Tom?
Do a show.
No.
I swear I thought he was going to say a new fur hat.
Could it be to interview Putin? I'm just guessing. To do a show? Yeah,
technically, he was right.
Yeah. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Want to get your guns now? Get in there right now before this 7-day wait period kicks in. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. They've got over 1,000 guns in stock. Shotguns, rifles, handguns. Maybe you're thinking about personal protection. They have lethal and non-lethal personal protection. Ladies, get in there and talk to them. Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell, closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. Taking out the trash. I'll get to that coming up next. We are BM, the Breakfast Club. Weather 59 and coming sunny this morning. 37 tonight and cloudy, and then sunny tomorrow and 64. Looking pretty good out there. I see no bad weather in the forecast for the rest of the week. Looks pretty, maybe a little windy on Wednesday, about 30-mile-an-hour winds. But other than that, all the way through next Sunday, looks like sunny skies and looking pretty darn good. You can always check the forecast for yourself, W105radio.com. We're going to give you a chance to qualify for the trip that we're giving away. So we'll do that coming up in just a second. National anthem and the pledge on the way. Things that happen on this date in history and more. Taking out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com, 575-390-4549. Trash Eaters does residential pickup, trash pickup, and they always like me to remind you to give to the Lovington Animal Shelter. They need monetary donations. They need volunteers. Call them directly, 575-552-3669. Tom, if your roommate gave you nothing but dollar bills for his rent, would you have a problem with that?
As long as he pays the rent.
Money is money, right?
Right.
Well, his roommate is now saying he is not going to accept payment if he does it one more time.
Okay.
I'm just going to say, if somebody pays me $1 bills, that's great. I mean, maybe they work at a strip club or whatever, and money is money. I'm going to take that money and go deposit in the bank, so it's not going to bother me one bit. But you're going to kick somebody out for paying their rent on time? I'm taking out trash this morning. Tom, a rapper His name is Killer Mike.
Never heard of him.
Well, I haven't either, but his name is Killer Mike. And he's been booked on battery charges at the Grammys.
For real.
You mean, wait, B. Let me get this straight. A guy with a name like Killer Mike got booked on battery charges.
Yeah, he got arrested for beating somebody up on the regular.
Imagine.
I was totally surprised. Yeah. Evidently, he is accused of knocking down a security officer after they did not get out of his way quick enough. By the way, they have come up with all kind of signs now that free Mike. I mean, maybe they ought to put up signs that say free Killer.
He should change his name to Not Quite Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Just beat him up, Mike.
Right.
Or maybe Nice Guy Mike. Maybe he wouldn't have been arrested. All right, we got to get to things that happened on this date in history. Our number 877-396-W105. Tom, anything before I take my break?
Boy, yeah, let's go to the phone lines, B. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
Yes, sir. Good morning, guys.
Hey, Frank.
Yes, sir. Yeah, like Hakeem Jeffries, I wanted to, talk a little bit about that. So this past Friday and this weekend, there was very little coverage on a scam that happened in 2020 with election fraud. They found a couple of warehouses that had, the whiteboards where, like, football coaches draw, like, the play, the next play is going to be like this, and we're going to do this. So they found a couple of warehouses, and they kept it under wraps. The FBI, the CIA didn't want to bring it up for the general public. But now, sunlight disinfects everything. So it's coming out now, This was happening in 2020, in the 2020 elections, where 2,000 mules. And the reason that I bring it up today is because there's very little coverage. So the FBI finally said, yeah, we knew they went, the cops from Chicago and other places, they were called, hey, these vans are dropping off ballots. So they got the license plates and they started following the vans that were dropping the ballots. And so they went to a warehouse where one of the vans went, and that's where they found the whiteboard with a whole bunch of in scripture, a lot of information. And they had machine guns, silencers, automatic weapons, not semi-auto, but automatic weapons, and very little coverage. So the FBI went in there and said, we'll take it from here and this and that. So people started pressing, the Republicans or the people that do very good investigations. They started asking, hey, well, what did you find? What did you find? What did you find? And finally, they came out and said, yeah, somebody was doing fraud. So in these warehouses, they were doing up to 80,000 ballots signed by the same person. Yeah, they tracked back. They tracked the signatures, and they had it in 20 other states happening, and all of them were district states that were up for grabs. So this came out Friday. There's very little coverage, but it is true. There's the fact. If you dig into it, now they're saying that it did happen. So the election was stolen. I mean, now they suppressed that information, but it came out Friday, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But that's why Hakeem Jeffries, he knows what went on in 2020.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, if you can do me a favor, send me a link because I want to read up on this and find out. If you could send a link to Blake on the text line, that way I can get it. I did see one story. It was about how to fix an election, and I'm sure that was part of it. I didn't have time to dive in it this morning. Hey, I appreciate you, Frank. Take it easy, brother.
Anytime.
All right. Have you ever rode in an Uber, Tom?
No, I haven't had the pleasure of it.
You have never rode in an Uber?
Nope. Really? I could be my own Uber.
Tom, I'm going to tell you one thing to do don't do in the Uber.
What's that?
Don't be like Jason Haggerty, 46 years old. He was taking an Uber, and he freed Willie in the Uber.
Oh, no. Oh,
yes. Yeah.
There's a lot of stories like that as a reason I would never want to be an Uber driver. I feel like they get abused.
By the way, we got clean up in the back seat, and evidently this guy was a fan of Free Willy.
Right.
Yeah. And you know what? This guy was driving Uber to pay it was a side job for him.
Yeah.
So his job was to pay for his townhouse. You work on the weekend to pay your
where was this at?
This was in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Crazy.
Of course, it was in Florida.
Yep. Said he looked to the back and he was like, "Oh my goodness, God bless." I mean, get a room, get a girlfriend. I don't care.
Not sick in the back of my Uber.
You know, he can make more money if he hooked up a little webcam in the back and say,
"Yes, OnlyFans."
Yes.
remember the HBO show Taxi Cab?
I do remember that. Yeah.
Fun show.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, 752. Tom on the text, then we'll come back with things that happened on this date in history. We got to get to our national anthem and the pledge.
All right, so this sent us a picture, B, of gas prices in Southeast California. Now, $6.09 for regular unleaded. Whoa. And $7.39 for diesel fuel.
Well, if your governor has her way, we will be right there.
Well, that's what she wants.
Yeah.
Yep. And gas is $3.09 in Tatum this morning, says the text. Wow. And watched a real good series on Netflix last weekend. Have you guys watched Griselda yet?
I'm into it. Probably 3 or 4 episodes. I just don't. The only day I watch TV here in the Philippines is Sunday. That's it. Other than that, I was a little hungover Sunday, so I actually watched. I was a little mad because we went out and this Australian guy got up and sang with the band, and my wife said, "Aren't you going to get up and sing?" No. I mean, I'll make a fool out of myself later in the night when I dance to reggae music. So I don't need to sing.
And
I started watching. It's good. It's good.
We do have a couple texts asking me to read it because Tom doesn't, asking how Will's doing. And, of course, Kevin, you're going to be out on Wednesday, and Will's going to be joining us on Wednesday.
Yeah,
so
Will be in,
I will let him give the update on everything that he has going on.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday. So you have to tune back in on Wednesday for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm Tom where I got to take like a series of days off because, I couldn't get a prescription of Triacloman. But
well, I am going to be gone Friday. I got to go see my doctor.
What? When did that come up?
Friday morning.
No, wait. Why don't you schedule an appointment around the show?
Yeah. Well, they didn't have an appointment Friday afternoon, so there you go.
So
when did you make the appointment?
Okay, I'll do it Thursday afternoon. I'll do it Monday afternoon.
No, the doctor only sees patients on Friday. So I got to go.
And when did you make the appointment?
Last Friday.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? And then I feel bad about taking off the day so I can go and be with the daughter and present her as the queen. And I feel bad about that. Like it's a dereliction of my duty.
Oh, please.
Tom? Oh, no, I got to go to a doctor.
I do. I feel it would be a derelict of my health if I don't go.
You just scheduled it last Friday.
You care about your health, please.
Like
you almost made me cuss.
Look, B knew this was coming up, and he scheduled it as soon as he could. You wait and only do it 1 week before, and then you don't give any options. Like, I know that at the end of this month, I have to take my wife to her neurologist.
We'll practice doing the show without you.
Oh, well, good. I'll miss you.
Yeah, no, we'll practice doing the show without you, so when it's just me and Blake doing it, we will have no issues.
We'll see. I'll be listening, and I'll be calling in.
How will you be listening if you're at the doctor?
No, we don't want you to call in. We're good.
I got his phone number here.
Hey, you got to go, doctor. That's all there is to it.
I'll hit the block. Yeah. Hey, Kevin, let's, what happened on this day in history?
I got to get to that. Being brought to you by our buddies at 2A Tactical Firearms and the Indoor Firing Range. If you haven't checked this place out, you should. They're located in Hobbs. They got the Indoor Firing Range. You don't have a gun, you want to practice shooting, not a problem. They'll rent you a gun. Want to go in there and fire a fully auto AR? Not a problem. You can rent that. They have a huge variety of guns for rent. Maybe you're thinking about buying a gun, but you want to make sure that gun is the gun that I bought a Smith & Wesson 9mm back in the day. I hated the gun. Hated it. So you want to make sure that a gun is, you're one that you really want. Go in there and rent a gun and shoot it. They also have the Milo FBI training simulator, and this is a cool thing. You can live fire, or you can do the laser fire. Me and Tom did the laser fire of the Milo training simulator at the county, and it's awesome because you're doing exactly the training that the professionals, the FBI, the sheriff's deputies, the city police, they all use the Milo FBI training simulator. Over 1,000 different scenarios. And where you're at, 2A Tactical, they have all the tactical gear ready for you, firearm accessories, and a huge selection of guns. You can join the firing range. Monthly membership or hourly rates are available. Find them on Navajo in Hobbs, or go to the website 2atacticalrange.com. Things that happened on this date in history, looks like giant earthquake rocked Canada in 1663. By the way, they were like, you rock. Sweden recognized the independence of the United States on this date in 1783. San Francisco received its all-time record, 3.7 inches of snow on this date in history.
And now we got rain.
Mexico's constitution was adopted in 1917. New York Yankees purchased 20 acres in the Bronx for for Yankee Stadium in 1921. President Roosevelt proposed adding 6 more judges to the U.S. Supreme Court. Congress said no in 1937. Walt Disney's Peter Pan was released in 1953. President Carter asked Americans to conserve energy because Iran was cutting off oil shipments in 1979.
Yep.
Oh, Jimmy never thought, well, let's ramp up production here. 3,000 farmers on tractors demonstrated in Washington, D.C. in 1979. They were very mad. Did you see the video that I sent you, Blake?
Yeah, I did.
They were in Europe. They're over there.
Yes.
And they're taking liquid fertilizer. Tom, what's liquid fertilizer?
Liquid fertilizer is like liquid fertilizer.
No word salad there.
It'd be like liquefied poop.
Right.
Yeah, and they're spraying that.
Go ahead.
It's like a water cannon they're spraying it with.
Inside government buildings.
Ooh.
Oh, clean up on aisle 9. Elizabeth Taylor filed for divorce from her 7th husband in 1997. Today is Did You Fart Day, a question that's asked a whole bunch at the radio station, directly right to Tom. Cinco de Febrero happening today. Darren Criss from Glee is 37. Cristiano Rolando is 39.
Who's that, Tom?
He's great
soccer player.
Yep.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
I know, but
I didn't know who he was. Sarah Evans is 53. Bobby Brown, it's his prerogative today. He's 55.
And a widower.
Who'd he kill?
He was not married to her when she died.
No.
So I don't know if that was a widower.
Almost a widower then.
And what was the name of his wife?
The late Whitney Houston.
Hey, ding, ding.
Who?
Whitney.
Whitney what?
Houston.
Laura Linney from Ozark is 60.
Yeah, she's good.
Barbara Hershey, Once Upon a Time. She was Cobra, is 76 years old. Christopher Guest.
Yeah, actor.
Who's he?
76 years old from Saturday Night Live.
Did you ever see The Princess Bride?
With the Andre the Giant?
Yes. He is the six-fingered man.
Oh, okay.
Today is National Weatherman Day. Ron Roberts, today is your day. That's things that happen on this date in history. Being brought to you by our buddies at 2A Tactical and Firing Range. Get in touch with them and Hobbs, and veteran-owned and operated, good people. Huge selection of firearms. Check them out today. 802 KWMW, Malchamore, 105.1 FM. Tom, quickly.
You mean Justin from Roswell? Tom actually fired a firearm? Yeah.
Well, it was a laser.
Yeah, it's a training simulator.
Yeah.
Right. I kind of flunked it, but it's okay. And someone, please, this is to you, B, turn off his microphone. He's just a douchebag, says.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Talking to you, brother.
Who said that?
The texter. Didn't
I'm
say who
sure,
it was.
I bet they're talking to Tom.
No, they're not talking to me.
This is not called Tom in the Breakfast Club.
And
it's called B in the Breakfast
You
Club.
missed a birthday, 2B.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Yes. Roger Staubach, 82 years old today.
Captain America, of the captain of America's team.
What?
Yeah.
Roger Staubach, former Cowboys quarterback.
And
yeah, I know,
82.
but he said Captain America.
Yeah, it was his nickname back in the day.
Come back, America. Of
you
America's
know, they
team.
asked him not that long ago. They asked him if the Cowboys team in the 70s that he was the quarterback of, how they would fare against the current Cowboys team.
Oh, they'd win.
And his answer was, we'd win, but it'd be close. And they said, well, why do you think that? And he said, well, most of us are all in our 80s now.
Okay.
Tom, you actually think you took a team from the 60s,
right,
and they could compete with the athletes of today?
They could, because they hit a whole lot worse than these little pansies that we got now.
Not even close, bro.
You don't get to hit nobody now, dude. Come on.
Well, you know, they would barely win because all of them are in their 80s now.
Well, yeah, but
I got you, but there's no way.
Anyway, Roger was
back in the day. It was unheard of an athlete running a 4.5 Nowadays, we got linemen that can run a 4.5 or 4.6.
That's because they rigged the clock. That's why.
Yes, Tom, that's what it is.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
Bullet Bob Hayes ran the 100-yard dash in 4.00.
Who is our sponsor for the pledge?
Oh, the 100-yard dash in 4.5. Okay. Thank you. Credibility means something. Not for you, but it just means something. All right, our national anthem in the pledge this morning on W105 being brought to you by Rebecca Long. Rebecca, of course, is your former insurance agent, has been since she was 19 years of age. Here we are 40-plus years later, still helping people. Still loving what she does. And what she does is make sure that you have proper coverage. So if you're underinsured, it's like not having insurance in a lot of ways. If you own a $300,000 home and you only insure it for $150,000, that's a bad situation when something bad happens. Make sure that you have the proper insurance. Let Rebecca take care of all that for you. Take care of your home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Give her a call, 575-393-2661, serving Lee, Eddy, and Chaves County, and a proud sponsor of the National Anthem and the Pledge on W105.
Good morning. My name is Chase Mazurek. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular upon spur, singing out, "Can't prove through the night that our flag was still there." Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
808. We are W105 Large Prayer this morning, being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
For I long to see you, that I may impart to you some spiritual gifts, so that you may be established.
Hi, this is Felicia Bowen with Judah Oil. Please join me in our Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
809, quick check of the weather being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Fifth wheels, RVs, ultralights, they've got them all. Toy haulers. If you're living in a hotel and working in the patch, you ought to get in touch with these guys. Put that per diem towards your own fifth wheel. 575-622-1751. Generations of people keep coming back to Main Trailer Sales. Grandma and grandpa, then mom and dad, and now your opportunity to go to Main Trailer Sales. Taking care of folks for more than 70 years, giving you an awesome price, giving you great customer service, and a huge selection. Go online right now and check them out. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. 59 for the high, sunny skies today. 37 tonight, 64 tomorrow. Looking good on Wednesday. Maybe a little wind coming up on Wednesday. Other than that, all the way through the weekend, looking really, really good. We're going to keep you updated with everything going on, qualifying you for a trip we're giving away to Disney. News being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. He's the guy settling the big cases in the patch. $10 million settlement in the patch, $9 million medical malpractice settlement, and, closing the deal on a whole bunch of car accidents, slip and falls. If you've been involved in anything personal injury, call Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300. And if you need somebody to defend you in the court of law, Luke Ragsdale, ragsdalelawfirm.com for more information. Let's qualify folks for the trip we're giving away to Disney. Checking in with news, we're W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World!
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Senate's released the text of a bipartisan foreign military aid and border bill placing more limits on the asylum and parole process.
Individuals who want to come to America just to get a better life or to seek the American dream, to find work, those are what we call economic migrants.
Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema says those migrants are not allowed in whenever they want. South Carolina House Republican Nancy Mace on Fox.
Anything short of shutting down the border, shutting down free hotel rooms, shutting down free credit cards for illegal aliens that are coming into this country, anything short of that is going to have problems in the House.
The Senate bill includes $650 million to expand the border wall. Record rainfall is causing flooding in and around Los Angeles. Anthony Trulia lives in Latuna Canyon under mandatory evacuation order.
My car's ready to go. I got a Jeep, so I'm not worried about that. It's four-wheel drive.
America's listening to Fox News.
The City of Hobbs Recreation Department presents the 16th Annual Father-Daughter Dance, Saturday, February 17th at the Core. This year's theme is Candy Crush, and there are 2 sessions, 5:30 to 7:30 and 8 to 10. Girls kindergarten through high school and their favorite father figure are welcome. There'll be giveaways, gifts, refreshments, music by DJ Alpine, professional photos from Alicia Diane Photography, and more. Tickets are $15 and can be purchased at the city's website, hobbsnm.org. Scroll down the front page and click on the Recreation Customer Portal.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay. In addition, you get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Wilbanks Trucking Service is seeking dedicated, responsible, and committed professionals to join their team. CDL positions that pay starting at $25 to $33 depending on experience. Non-CDL positions starting at $20 per hour. And crane operators at $34 to $45 per hour depending on experience. Wilbanks Trucking Services offers comprehensive training and excellent benefits including medical, dental, and vision, 401k, and housing for out-of-town employees. To join the leaders in oilfield services, call 575-746-6318 or visit wilbanks.us for more information on career opportunities. Wilbanks Trucking Services is an equal opportunity employer.
One day, 2 big shows. Kicker Monster Truck Show comes to the Lee County Event Center Saturday, February 10th. Kamikaze, Jurassic Attack, Overkill Evolution, Higher Education, Taurus, Black Stallion, plus a freestyle motocross show. And did we mention tough truck racing?
Come early for the pit party and take a ride on a real monster truck.
Tickets now at KickerMonsterTruck.com. Sponsored by Four Rivers Equipment, Hobbs Iron and Metal, Sherwin-Williams Paint, and Garner's Motorsports.
When it's more than just your lawn, it deserves the Kubota Z400. Get a head-turning offer on class-leading speed, agility, simple deck height adjustments, and a quality cut. When you need comfort and performance, then you need the professional-grade Kubota Z400. Right now, get the Kubota Z400 mower for 0 down, 0% APR for 48 months, or save $300. Now through March 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit Amigo Machinery, located at 2801 Southeast Main Street, Roswell.
For a working man, protection on the job is always first priority. But when it comes to clothes, safety shouldn't compromise style and comfort. And thanks to Wrangler flame-resistant apparel, it doesn't have to. Now the same Wrangler style and comfort you love comes with the protection you need. And with a product guarantee for the life of the garment, they'll take the heat off of any job you take on. Stop by Benny's Western Store in Artesia or Carlsbad to try on some Wrangler flame-resistant apparel today. For the right work clothes, think inside the closet.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services, from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells, as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling, LLC. Over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Here we go again. Crime is out of control, but politicians refuse to go after criminals. Instead, they're targeting us. First, Governor Lujan Grisham banned honest citizens from carrying guns, even those with special training and licenses. Leaders from her own party opposed her. Even gun control advocates said the ban went way too far. But the governor dismissed the Constitution.
No constitutional right, including my oath, is intended to be absolute.
Fortunately, a federal judge stepped in and set her straight, blocking her ban. But now the governor is at it again, proposing the most sweeping gun ban in state history, banning the most popular sporting rifles, handguns favored by women for self-defense, even some hunting rifles. Call your legislator now at 505-986-4600 and tell them to oppose the governor's gun ban. Tell them to pass laws to punish criminals. Don't ban honest New Mexicans from defending themselves. Paid for by Unsilenced New Mexico.
Here is your Liar Liar Pants on Fire update.
Guess what? 500 million people have watched what I've done out of my basement.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
The most annoying man in the history of planet Earth is on the air.
Today is National Fart Day. In honor of the day, here's a hack for cutting cheese. Use a fork.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for celebrating the day.
Hopefully he heard that.
All right, 817, oldest living person in America celebrating with a drive-by parade in California yesterday, turning 116 years old.
Yep.
It was nice for a change in California. Usually it's a drive-by shooting. This was a drive-by parade.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Kean Sarali, born in 1908, the oldest living person in the United States, second oldest person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, Eddie is her nickname. Edith is her first name.
Mm-hmm.
She is so old the Democrats are asking if she'd be interested in replacing Joe Biden. That's how old she is. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, that's old.
Kevin, before you move on to the Japan story, I want to do a callback to this horrible bill, the Senate bill.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw a story that came across that said that bill also grants amnesty to illegals who have been here for 14 days or are now 100 miles within the border.
So that's like the terrible legislation that was if you put a foot on American soil, you get to stay.
Right.
For the boat people during Cuba. And why did we have the Cuban crisis? Because if you land on American soil, you get to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Terrible legislation. Republicans, please, by God, find your stones.
Right.
And vote this thing dead upon arrival. If there's one thing that you can do in 2024 is to kill this bill.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need. A bad bill, no bill is better than a bad bill. So kill it. Japan's killer stone, not to be confused with Republicans finding their stones. So the killer stone, I know nothing about the killer stone. I guess I should have pre-read the killer stone because evidently it's got demons inside the stones. That's what the Japanese have been saying for like over 1,000 years.
I think I saw that movie.
Yeah.
And Nicolas Cage had to do wizardry stuff to keep him back in the stone. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need evil spirits more than Nancy Pelosi and what she drinks in the afternoon. No more than that's needed. Bruce Springsteen's mother, Adele, passed away. She was 98 years old. Yeah. Yeah,
The boss
she was
of the boss.
98. Yeah. And Tiger King star Joe Exotic has reached out to Kourtney Kardashian to ask her sister Kim to take his case and try to get him out of prison. Wait, she's a lawyer?
Right.
Well, she did appeal to Trump to get that one lady out, and he actually worked with Kim Kardashian, and she got out. Tom, you know...
So many jokes.
Yeah, there are lots of jokes. Lots and lots of jokes.
What are you asking me?
You know David Archibald, correct?
Yes, good friend of ours.
Yeah, so David is got an organization that he's part of, and they take blind kids hunting. And him and Tony Torres and a bunch of those guys called the New Mexico Desert Dogs. Over the weekend, they were out with an 8-year-old, Jonathan Salas, who had his dream come true. He took part in the hunt and was able to go out and make the hunt. It's a super cool thing that the New Mexico Desert Dogs do. And they bring hunting to kids that never thought they'd be able to hunt. Cool. So super cool.
Kudos.
And a great story on KRQE if you want to go check that out. Devin Morris's family files a wrongful death lawsuit against the San Miguel Sheriff's Department and the Albuquerque Police Department filed the case 2 years after he was killed by he's suing the Albuquerque Police Department after 3 officers involved in a shooting arguably used lethal force against their relative Devin Morris. So, and of course they deemed that it was unjustified excessive force. CYFD trauma training bill heads to the Senate Finance Committee, and that's the SB 240 introduced to the Senate. So this bill would pay for training for CYFD staff and foster parents to do trauma training. By the way, that bill did pass in committee 7-0, now heads to the Senate Finance Committee. I don't know if anybody's going to fight that. And GOP governors are backing Texas to keep pressure on the Biden administration.
Good.
How many GOP governors are back? Is it 33? It can't be
25.
There were 25, but I saw somewhere earlier that something with a 3 in it, and I don't remember. Let me go find it.
So anyway, we got all the GOP governors backing Texas and trying to put pressure on the Bidens. And you know what? There are actually other governors from Democrat-run cities that are actually coming out and saying something needs to change.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. Looks like Ray Lewis is in trouble again.
Is he really? What did he do this time?
So Ray Lewis coaching the Pro Bowl. And
the flag football bowl.
Yesterday.
Who thought it was a great idea to mic up Ray Lewis?
Bad idea.
Killer Lewis probably shouldn't be. Oh, wait. Did I just say Killer Lewis?
Yes, you did.
You're not wrong.
So anyway, he was mic'd up. They ran a play, and he was the defense coordinator.
Right.
And he said, "That's so gay."
Oh, for real?
So you can't use that word anymore, even though it takes on a whole new meaning when you say it like that. But you can't say that anymore, so evidently he's in big trouble.
Care less.
Again.
So Killer Lewis is, Ray Lewis. I'm sorry.
Killer Ray Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not lying. All right, we're going to get to, we got to get to the boob of the day coming up this morning. Keep you updated with everything going on. Morning show this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry. One-stop shop for all your laundry needs. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, start you up, keep you looking good, do your dry cleaning. Or if you want to do all of that yourself, you can. They have coin-operated machines at all 3 of their locations. Find them in Loving at 406 West Cedar and in Carlsbad at 609 West Lee Street and 604 West Church Street. North Star Laundry, check them out today. Tom on the text.
You know, there's no chance that a team could compete with the team of today, says this text. The average linebacker then was 260 pounds. Average O-line is now 320 pounds.
Okay, so I want to apologize to everyone because I was making a joke, and it was a very dry humor joke, saying that the reason that they would own the team of the past would only win by a little bit over the current Cowboys team is because they were all in their 80s.
Oh, their 80s.
It wasn't that because at their heyday, it was that they were saying that they were all in their 80s, so they would barely beat the current team.
I got it. Yeah.
And this X-Xter, we're staying athletic here. I don't think Usain Bolt can run a 4-flat 100.
Usain?
Yeah, Usain Bolt. Well, they say usual Bolt.
By the way, there's not anybody in the world that can run a 4.0 40.
Well, back
there's
then,
not anybody. I don't think
he can run a 2-minute mile.
That can run a 4.0. Tom said 100.
Yes.
I don't think. I don't think there's anybody.
Bob Hayes ran that in the Olympics, and he ran it for the Cowboys too.
That's the same as you running a 2-minute mile.
Now that was called 100 yards then. Now they call it 100 meters.
So how far is 100 meters, Tom?
Well, it ain't 100 yards, that's for sure.
It's 3 inches further.
Just a little technicality on that deal.
Well, maybe it's 3 inches per yard, so 9 inches further.
Yeah. Which is a big difference.
I mean, when we're measuring inches, I mean, come on.
So,
what I got out of that was Tom didn't know that there are actually 2 different units of measure.
Right.
But, Tom, you said he ran a 4.0 100-yard dash.
Yes.
What do you think's the
Tom said
record?
he ran a 2-minute mile. He doesn't know time or distance.
So what do you think, B?
What do you think's the record for the 100-meter?
A 4.0. Bob Hayes didn't
9.58. That's the world record.
For 400 meters.
No, for 100 meters.
Quit changing the damn distance.
I'm talking 40-yard dash, boys. Not 100.
So, okay, let's just put it in perspective. If the world record is 9.58 for a 100-meter dash, you think it would be
under 8 seconds.
Why do I even try?
Hey, if you listen really carefully, you can smell the color purple.
So the world record record for the 40-yard dash is 4.12 seconds. That's the world record.
Bob Hayes set that record.
Bob Hayes did not set that.
He sure did. That's what they call him, Bullet Bob.
Tom was there.
But, how fast have you ever run the 40B? Like 8
back in the day,
minutes.
maybe a 4.6. Maybe.
Not strike him down over there in the Philippines.
I guarantee you, whatever the record is, I can outrun your fat butt.
Oh, just because.
Count on that.
When you come back in July, we'll find out, brother.
Oh, we will find that.
Whoa. I will set this up.
Yeah.
Don't be throwing that out there. Again, if you're gonna make some excuse to get out of it.
I'll be down at least 20 pounds by the time he gets here.
Are you gonna make some excuse to get out of it?
Well, I mean, if I have a cramp or something.
You got a cramp.
But yeah,
I got a cramp.
So he's already saying that he will do an excuse to get out of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
We got a phone call, B. Let's go to the phone lines. Good morning. You're on, B. and the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, just to get Tom straightened out. Back in those days, they didn't measure people's speed with 40-yard dashes. It was 100-yard dash. And Bob Hayes ran a 100-yard dash in 9.1 seconds.
Yep, that's right. When he ran 100.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Back in those days, they did not test people's speed with a 40-yard dash. They tested them on a 100-yard dash, and that's what Bob Hayes ran it in. It was a 9.1. He was the fastest man in the world at that time.
Yeah, darn right. And that was with football pads on.
That was done in Jacksonville, Florida, at a track meet before he ever became a football player.
Well,
and then Ivory Crockett broke his record for a 9.0 in 1974.
I knew that, and you're right about that too. Like I said, I'm an old Cowboys fan. I'm 70 years old. I've been watching them since I was 10 years old, and I can tell you pretty much the speeds of any of the faster ones are on there.
Right on. Well, thank you for setting Tom straight.
Brother, you take it easy.
Thank you, buddy. He confirmed that I was okay.
He confirmed you were wrong.
You said a 40-yard dash.
Right.
God, you can't think stupid. Not even with duct tape. Florida man accused of stealing over $100,000 from an armored truck at Circle K. I mean, I got to give kudos to the guy. He's taken into custody, though, with $102,000 in cash, reportedly stolen from an armored truck at Circle K. According to the Pasco County Sheriff's deputies, said that Stephen Carew, 37 years old, was at the gas station. That's when he saw the money bags containing money in an unlocked truck. It was an armored truck, but the door wasn't locked. By the way, everything caught on surveillance video. They caught him stealing the bags.
Wow.
I mean, it's going to cost him about $100,000 to fill up with gas. So, but they caught him. Yeah, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Who leaves the armored truck unlocked? Somebody that's unemployed today, maybe.
Well, it sounds like he was trying to do an inside job on that.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah,
Super Bowl ad is being adjusted. Yeah, he had a Super Bowl ad for FanDuel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did he really? Wow.
He passed away over the weekend, so they're going to, modify that ad, I guess. Tom, he is best known for
playing Apollo Creed in the Rocky franchise.
Oh, Tom scores one.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
most recently, what did he do? He was on the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, is it really?
He was on The Mandalorian.
Huh.
Well, was he?
Yeah.
And then he actually died in the franchise in Rocky IV when the Russian killed him.
Thank you, Tom.
In the ring.
His character died. He didn't die.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go back. Thank you. Atlas Makeup Mirror reminding you they've got a special going on right now. So Valentine's is next Wednesday, if you can believe that.
Time to break up with your girlfriend.
Ash Wednesday.
Yeah, and they've got a discount code of W105. Get 25% off your Valentine's Day.
Ooh, nice.
Atlas Makeup Mirror. When you order online, just use the discount code W105. By the way, they have them ready to go. They're wrapped. They're ready. All you have to do is call the office, and they will get your information and ship it out. 575-631-3189. That's the number. You can also pick them up at Albertsons and Market Street in Midland and Odessa. And, of course, Albertsons and Carlsbad and Albertsons and Hobbs.
Right.
Give them a call directly if you want them to ship those out. They're wrapped. They're ready to go for Valentine's. And don't forget to mention W105 and get that 25% off. Go online, order online, atlasmakeupmirror.com, or call 575-631-3189. Call them directly today. Tom, anything before we take a break?
All right, so staying with the 40-yard thing, Usain Bolt's 40-yard dash would surprise you. I bet it would be like 4.4 or so, because he isn't that fast off the start, because it's what he trains for when he gains speed the further that he goes, says the texter. Kind of knew that, too. And the only way Tom will lose 20 pounds by July, says this one texter, is if someone removed his brain. Wouldn't be much of a difference. He doesn't use it anyways, says the texter. Wow.
Amen.
And there you go.
So, Tom, the fastest professional football player, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, he's a
Pro Day ran a 4.29.
Wow, that's fast.
Just to put it in perspective, that's fast. I'd be willing to bet that you can't do a 40-yard dash in less than 9.
I can go 25 miles an hour.
I would move that up to 15 seconds.
15.
Did you know
That's what I would guess.
that Tyreek Hill, actually, when he ran that beat, he ran 25 miles an hour. That's pretty fast for a man.
And I'm betting that you can't do a 40 in 9 seconds.
Please.
Would you like to place money on the bet?
We'll have a 40-yard dash when you get here.
And he's already said he's going to have an excuse to get out of it. So.
Yeah, of course he will. Of course. All right, let's get to the boob of the day. We're late. 8:37 boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. They got everything to take care of you. They've got lots of experience dealing with functional medicine. Functional medicine is about making you feel better. You know, a lot of times in conventional medicine, they try to mask things. Like, we're going to give you steroid injections. Not going to help. It'll help a very, very short term, but all the other things it does to your body, like kills your kidneys and liver and all that type of stuff. Look, they use natural remedies to make you feel better. Stem cell therapy, ozone therapy, also the cryotherapy chamber. And if you're going through hormonal issues, ladies, get in touch with them. They offer hormonal optimization. And guys, if you're going through the same thing, but you're suffering from low testosterone, Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Follow them on Facebook. Also, you can go online, thedesertfma.com. They're located in Hobbs. Find them, 3900 North Lovington Highway. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So just a few weeks ago, you may remember that a radio station in rural Oklahoma went off the air after thieves cut down the broadcast tower just to get $100 worth of copper out of the cables, right? That's nothing compared to this. On Friday, a radio station in Jasper, Alabama, which is the northeastern part of Alabama, announced that someone had stolen an entire 200-foot steel tower. Like, it's gone without a trace. According to a Facebook post, the station owner said that the building was vandalized and every piece of equipment was stolen out of it. And they cut the wires to the tower, downed it, and took it away from the property.
Get out.
The owner didn't mention anything about surveillance, but did say that police are investigating. You know, if a new radio station pops up somewhere, they'll know where it came from. But, with this story, something tells me that the thief or thieves will eventually be tracked down because someone had to see him making off with a 200-foot tower.
Right.
Wow. For stealing a whole radio station, including the 200-foot tower, you are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by our buddies at Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. Some of the stories we're going to talk about next. 6 suspects charged in that 2021 Albuquerque drive-by shooting that killed the teen. A man, got a big check. Well, he wrote a big check to his parents, paid them in full for a refund of everything they've done so they would quit talking about his indeficiencies.
Oh.
We'll talk about that. Tennessee man pulls a bag of cocaine out of where? You pulled it where? We'll get to that. South Dakota governor has been banned from a tribal reservation. We'll tell you about that. And a golfer. Tom, you know Pat Perez? He's a golfer.
Never heard of him, but yeah.
Oh, his wife, not good. Oh, not good at all. And you remember the machete-wielding leftist professor from Harvard? She's gotten fired again. I'll tell you what happened with her. And lawmakers pushing for a bill that would make hazing a crime in New Mexico. We'll talk about those stories and more coming up this morning. Let's check in, find out what's going on with news coming up next. Tom, quickly.
All right, Adam from Lee County says that old fat ASS wouldn't compete in the 40-yard dash. He'd have a heart attack in no time, says Aaron this morning. And you know what Joseph says? The only way that Tom could beat B on the 40-yard dash is if he rolled instead of running.
It would be downhill because crap rolls faster downhill.
And one more. It takes 2, by the way, trips to haul ASS. That's
a wide low, brother.
A wide low.
All right, let's get updated, find out what's going on with news. We're going to qualify you for the trip to Disney. News this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd and Roswell, homegrown and proud of it. Farm and ranch supplies, Western wear, feed for your animals, your certified Purina dealer. They have everything. Go check out the Annex building. Check out everything they have in the plumbing department. 1105 East 2nd and Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. If you're in Capitan, Lincoln County Mercantile. We're coming back. Let's qualify folks for the trip from W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
W105.
News brought to you by Stone Oil. Job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News. I'm Jim Miller. When most people hear the phrase intensive care, their first thoughts turn to dimly lit, quiet areas of hospitals filled with folks recovering from injuries, heart attacks, or serious illness. When school officials in Lovington think of the ICU, they're talking about an initiative they believe could resuscitate education for select students who are struggling. Apathy among students is one of the biggest problems schools across the country face today, and breaking that cycle is what ICU is about. LMS started using ICU at the start of the second quarter of the school year with a senior class. Lovington High School principal Trey Williams says by the end of the first semester in December, results were already apparent, and the program grew to include 7th and 8th graders at Taylor Middle School, along with all 4 grades at LHS. Yet again, New Mexico ranked last, this time for its overall well-being of New Mexican children. The National and New Mexico 2023 Kids Count Data book analyzes how kids and families doing regarding economic well-being, education, health, and family and community, creating a snapshot in time of our county, state, and country with those metrics. Unfortunately, New Mexico ranking 50th for education, 49th for the economic well-being of children, 44th for health, and 48th for family and community. But how did Lee County perform? Lee County ranks among the middle of New Mexico counties at 14 out of 33 for the overall well-being of children. Heavy smoke could be visible for the next 3 months throughout southeast New Mexico as prescribed burns intended to remove fuel amid the spring wildfire season. BLM says beginning this month it will hold prescribed burns between highways 285, 60 to 180 in southern Eddy County near the Texas state line, with smoke visible in Carlsbad, Loving, Malaga, and Whites City. And that's what's happening. I'm Jim Miller, MTD Radio News.
In hometowns such as ours, we depend on our local grocery store to provide for our family, to always have the highest quality products available, to have the freshest and most nutritious produce and the hand-selected and cut meats butchered fresh daily, to have the dairy case always full of the variety to meet your family's needs, and to do this, always guaranteeing fair pricing and everyday value. And for 50 years, we depended on Bob's Ritchway for all of this, and they know we depend on them for the next 50 years. Bob's Ritchway, where your grocery dollar will always go farther.
Spinnaker Cementing Solutions, a division of Cut Energy Services, is now hiring for multiple positions. The SSIT program requires a CDL and is a service supervisor in training. They also need diesel mechanics, E-techs, experienced pressure pumping hands, and equipment operators who have their CDL. Housing is still provided. Apply online at greatoilfieldjobs.com or text Oilfield to 63566. Spinnaker Cementing Solutions, a division of Cut Energy Services, now hiring. Text Oilfield to 63566 or apply online at greatoilfieldjobs.com.
There's been talk in the news that it's hard to get credit these days. Not here. Just like always, we're making auto loans. We offer competitive rates and quick service. We make our loan decisions locally, so you don't have to wait for out-of-town approval on your loan. Make this strong move. Get your auto loan from us. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel Bellis at Carlsbad Chevrolet. I want you guys to relax a little bit. I want you to lean back and I'm going to hypnotize you. We're going to buy your vehicles at Carlsbad Chevrolet. We're going to give you top dollar at Carlsbad Chevrolet to buy your vehicles. Now wake up and bring me your dang car. What's really going on? Bring your cars. You need to get rid of them. I need more. I'm ready to pay you top dollar like I pay the auctions. We need to supplement these new cars that are not coming, and we need them now. That's right here at Carlsbad Chevrolet. No hassles, no commissions, period.
Here we go again. Crime is out of control, but politicians refuse to go after criminals. Instead, they're targeting us. First, Governor Lujan Grisham banned honest citizens from carrying guns, even those with special training and licenses. Leaders from her own party opposed her. Even gun control advocates said the ban went way too far. But the governor dismissed the Constitution.
No constitutional right, including my oath, is intended to be absolute.
Fortunately, a federal judge stepped in and set her straight, blocking her ban. But now the governor is at it again, proposing the most sweeping gun ban in state history, banning the most popular sporting rifles, handguns favored by women for self-defense, even some hunting rifles. Call your legislator now at 505-986-4600 and tell them to oppose the governor's gun ban. Tell them to pass laws to punish criminals. Don't ban honest New Mexicans from defending themselves. Paid for by Unsilenced New Mexico.
And the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Learn from yesterday, live for today, and have hope for tomorrow.
Live and local, be in the Breakfast Club. Call now, 877-396-W105. Be in the Breakfast Club.
I'm tired of being quiet.
Well, I think I know why you're coming over. And I'm not a rude guy, but you got an odor. Bring some salt, yeah, bring some soap, baby. On the road, don't slip and fall over. In the dark, my nose isn't broken. Bring some salt.
Shower with a friend day going on today.
Well, you know, if it was those Dutch farmers around, they'd definitely need to shower.
All right, 877-396-W105. Tom back in the studio? Not yet?
Not yet.
I had an interesting thing when it comes to the race against Tom. I'll wait for him to get back in the studio.
You know, we should really actually set something up with that. He is wandering back in right now. We could do some kind of charity thing or something. Yeah, we could do some kind of charity or I don't know, something with that.
So, Tom, are you back?
Yeah.
I'm thinking I could beat you running backwards.
Okay.
Don't laugh. I think I can beat you running backwards.
You want to?
He's not saying you have to run backwards, Tom. You can run forward. He'll run backwards.
You run forward, I'll run backwards.
The W105 dysfunctional Olympics. How about do that?
And I actually think that I could beat you running backwards. I would have to do some training. I already have a problem turning my neck, which might be a problem. But I could probably hold my phone into my and watch where I'm going.
Why don't we do potato sack races?
The last Olympic dysfunctional Olympic event should be.
I'm just thinking I could probably win. I probably beat him running backwards.
He could beat me in the book.
I could do it on my hand.
I can't beat you in the buffet challenge. I know.
No.
Kung Fu Panda 4 is expected to help DreamWorks recover financially after disappointing last two movies that they've come out with.
Really?
Yeah. Jack Black is going to be the talking panda. You might be worse at handling money if you keep putting Jack Black in these movies. I'm just saying. I mean, you keep losing money.
Who's the sensei?
I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch Kung Fu Panda number 1, 2, or 3. I can live without them.
I have grandkids. I've seen them all.
Iron Man. Is it Iron Man 2?
Iron Man 2.
Sam Rockwell said that he will reprise his role as Justin Hammer in the Marvel Cinematic University if offered the job. If he's offered the job. That sounds to me like he's politicking to get a job.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. So, congratulations. Kim Kardashian and Odell Beckham Jr. reunited dating rumors.
Get out.
After they were spotted together at the Jay-Z pre-Grammy party. Odell, known for catching football. Kim Kardashian, known for catching crabs.
She has
Maybe not that much.
She has the psoriasis problems, you know that?
But can I get finished with the joke, or is it too much to ask?
Go ahead.
Never mind. I'm not going to do it.
OBJ said.
So
he said that it was just a one-time thing.
Oh.
He needed
no
some.
work. They're going out. I mean, Odell dates Kim. He's going from handling a pigskin to handling a lot of plastic. I mean, look, I will say this much. Odell Beckham is a hell of an athlete, but he's also a little crazy.
Yeah.
A little
They
crazy.
have that in common.
Well, you know, he didn't discover that he was bipolar until he got to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And he is on bipolar medication.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I thought he was married. He's got, maybe it's his baby's mama. I don't know.
Seems like he was for a little while, but I don't remember who to.
Yeah, I have no idea. In Japan, principal at a junior high was fired from his job after he was caught filling up a $1.25 size cup of coffee after he only paid for a 75-cent coffee at a convenience store. Lost him his job.
Ow.
It's a lot of yen to give up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of yen. 6 suspects charged in that 2021 drive-by shooting that killed a teenager. So they have arrested all 6. Congratulations. Gabriel Garcia Zimmerman was killed. Another person was one. There is nothing more senseless than a drive-by shooting.
Nope.
You're not even killing the person that you wanted to kill. Yep. When you just randomly spray and pray, it's senseless. It's stupid. And stupid people do drive-by shootings.
Mm-hmm.
Smart people snipe people. Well, I don't know if that's the case, but, I mean.
Plead the fifth.
Yeah. Looks like this kid finally paid his parents. How many kids have ever thought, you know what, I'm going to pay my parents back for everything? For school, for clothes when I was in high school, my first car, I'm paying them all back. This kid went through it and did it.
Wow. Did he really? Wow.
And the reason he did it, he wrote his parents a big check, said he did it because he wants the criticism to end. That's why he's paying them.
Yeah, but is his math correct? Or does he have Tom math?
So he's 30 years old and said he's been fairly successful.
It better be a big check.
Yeah, that's all I got to say. My kid, you better keep paying me monthly because I'll keep saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee man pulled out a bag of cocaine. Ouch. out of his rectum.
Oh.
After being arrested at a gas station. Tennessee man, Memphis, wanted for attempted murder, pulled out a bag of cocaine in front of the police. In front of the police. By the way, he's in big enough trouble. By the way, the powder later identified as cocaine. They did the sniff test, but then, 3.4 grams of cocaine. Guy pulled it right out of his butt. Or as Hunter Biden refers to it, Tuesday afternoon.
Prison pocket.
He was selling cocaine outside the gas station, and now he's been arrested. And, pulled the cocaine right out of his butt. But he's got
cocaine in the caboose.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Tom in the text, then we'll talk about Kristi Noem.
All right. Come on, B, says the text. We know your arrogance is going to get you in trouble, and you're going to get beat in a foot race. You're not coordinated enough to run backwards, says the
Evidently,
text.
you don't know me.
You don't know me. Yeah. So anyway.
I can get up, fall down, and get back up and finish the race.
And another texter says, Kevin, lay off of Tom racing in the 40. You know, it would give him
it was him
give him a
that
heart
said it.
attack. Laugh out loud, says the texter. I'm going to be down. And another texter.
You need to set up something for that when you get back, B.
And the bad thing? What's the bad thing about that?
B, I bet you if you got a free buffet at the finish line,
he's not going to tell you.
You could not drive, and Tom would still beat you.
No, you could drive. You could not drive.
Yeah.
You could drive, and Tom would still beat you.
I'll still beat you. Let's do it. Anyway, there you go.
And then this other text that Tom won't read says she has psoriasis issues on her knees.
Oh, that's nasty, man.
Oh, my Lord. And I apologize because earlier I said I had a callus on my finger, something Tom that's never had. I take that back.
His whole hand.
2 years ago, he went to the doctor. He had a big callus on his butt because that's all he does is sit on his butt. So I stand corrected, Tom. I apologize. You did have that one callus.
Oh, and you got a bet for the foot race. I got 20 buffets on Tom to win the foot race.
That'd be about the only way. All right, Kristi Noem is in trouble. We talked a little bit about this story. She has been banned from the tribal reservation after some of the remarks she made at the southern border. So Kristi Noem, governor of South Dakota, banned from the Pine Ridge Reservation after speaking about wanting to bolster the U.S.-Mexican border by sending razor wire and security personnel to Texas. Adding the cartels are infuriated at this decision. But, I mean, look, what's wrong with that? Isn't the idea to keep people out?
Yes, but it's the far left using the pressure, because you got to remember, most Indian tribe reservation stuff does kind of answer to the federal government. They tend to be far left, and they do whatever they want.
So, what border is South Dakota on?
The North Dakota border.
Okay.
And Nebraska.
I mean, so what she's saying is we are going to send help to the southern border, just like every other Republican state has done. Every one of them. All right, Pat Perez. Tom, look him up. He's a golfer. Pat Perez.
Must be a sorry golfer.
No, he's actually PGA golfer.
Is he? Okay.
Pat Perez.
We look him up. So what happened to that dude?
Anyway, Pat Perez is getting a divorce.
Okay.
His wife, Ashley, he's divorcing. He's 47 years old. And he's actually been playing in that new league, the LIV league.
Right.
has made fairly good money. And you know things have gone bad when she posts a picture of his manhood on social media to confirm that she's filing for divorce.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't get any lower than that.
Mm-mm.
I mean, when you post a picture on social media, I mean, you got 2 kids together. At one point, you should stop and think, I got 2 kids together. Posting their junk on Facebook is probably not a good idea.
Did you see the picture of he and his wife when they were attending the Live Golf Invitational?
No.
There was, over on the New York Post, there is a picture of them if you scroll down far enough in that story.
She has a receding hairline.
That's what you're looking at in that photo?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the
That's what
highly
you're looking
decorated mid-region.
Okay.
That's just me. Thanks, Tom, for looking at our hair. Forehead.
I'm a forehead.
Yes, I forgot you're attracted to the forehead.
Yeah.
But nothing gets lower than posting. I mean, you like the guy at some point.
Well, keep scrolling down. She's wearing a ball cap. You can't see the hairline.
Okay. The fascist machete-wielding leftist professor, they got fired from Harvard. To be fired from Harvard is a big, it's tough.
Right.
Or no. She wasn't fired from Harvard. She was at NYC, New York City College. Is that right? New York? University of New York. City University of New York. So, and some pro-life students had a display up, and she vandalized their table for spreading the news about not having an abortion. And then when reporters went to her door, she brought out a machete. So she was fired from that job and then took another job at Hunter College and was fired from that job. So she's going through like 3 jobs. This is her 3rd teaching gig this year. Congratulations. You're moving on up.
Wow.
Or like some people like to say, you're hacking your way through the jobs. Machete. Utah governor.
Didn't it say she held that machete to a reporter's neck?
Yeah. I mean, she could have been charged with attempted murder and all kind of other charges.
And she did anti-Semitic, anti-Israel rants, so she was going to cut someone's head off.
Yeah. She is unhinged.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She needs a checkup from the neck up. Utah Governor Spencer Cox signed a bill into law on Tuesday, which would roll back the government and university diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in that state. HB 261 would prohibit the use of DEI-related terminology and when it comes to public school, colleges, university, and state government. So another state kills anything to do with diversity, equality, and inclusion. Thank you. Lawmakers in New Mexico push a bill that would make hazing a crime in New Mexico. So this bill is a long way from, it would make it a 4th-degree felony. Right. And we talked about this on Friday. Look, it's an overreach from New Mexico State Police, New Mexico State University, and their basketball team sexually assaulting a fellow player. And we already have laws against sodomizing other people.
Yeah. We need to enforce them.
Yeah, well, that's what we need to do. All right, number 877-396-W105. Tom on the text, if you would.
All right, a little lengthy here, but this text is saying, before the pandemic, foreclosures were a simple legal process. Then the government stopped foreclosures and jammed everything up in the legal system. There's still a large number of foreclosures jammed up that the public doesn't see. Now, the Democrats are using everything they can to make the American people believe everything is just, well, okie dokie. But this blog didn't take into consideration that prior to the pandemic, food and other expenses were up 30 to 50% off, less than they are today. Inflation caused by Biden will be with us for generations, this text is saying. Never have I seen prices go back down after the inflation cools. I believe there is a volcano of everyday people that will lose their homes because of living expenses. Now, here in Hobbs, says the text, I see families 6 to 8 eating out and wonder how they can afford to feed so many at these expensive restaurants. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking it's a time bomb and it's ticking. Hobbs is fortunate to have high-paying oil field jobs, but the family that has a $2,000 mortgage payment, 3 or 4 cars, and 4 kids need to pray that the oil field stays solid. And if Trump gets back in, we are safe. But if the Democrats have control, watch out, oil field.
We're in deep, deep trouble. Mm-hmm. By the way, our buddy Mike Wood, sheriff of Lincoln County, posted this up about 16 hours ago. So this is coming from Sheriff Mike Wood on his personal Facebook account. He said, I would like to thank Joe Biden and Michelle Lujan Grisham for reminding me that I need to acquire all the ammunition that I can afford. Mm-hmm. Sincerely, Michael Wood, U.S. citizen. Mm. Not from his sheriff page. Mm-hmm. U.S. citizen, personal citizen. Thank you, Mike. Love you, brother. 9:07. We're going to take a break. We got lots of things to talk about. Tradio is on the way. Good news is still to come. Morning show this morning being brought to you by State Representative District 61, Randy Pettigrew. He's up in Santa Fe right now, shaking his head. I follow Randy on Facebook, and you ought to go follow him also. You want to find out what's going on in Santa Fe? Right there, Randy Pettigrew on Facebook. You can also go to his webpage. New things are posted up every day. Shaking his head about this clean energy bill. Kind of crazy that we are going to put 50 cents a gallon tax on the hardworking people in New Mexico. Randy was not happy about that. You know, the crazy thing, we can all say, well, you know, we need more people in Santa Fe. Yes, we do. We need more people in Santa Fe that are conservatives. Yes, we do, to stop the craziness that's going on. When you add 50 cents a gallon on diesel or gas, that affects the poor people, the middle-class people, the people that are barely getting by. That's why Randy Pettigrew fought against this bill so hard. Mm-hmm. He also understands our Second Amendment rights, one of the benchmark to our Constitution. Also fought against that 7-day wait period. It was 14. They got it down to 7 days. Could not eliminate the bill. You want to keep up with what's going on at Santa Fe, Randall Pettigrew. He's your state representative in District 61. Need more information about Randy? Please go to his website, RandallPettigrew.com. 9:08, we're coming back. We've got good news of the day on the way. Tradio coming up and more. It's 9:09. Be in the Breakfast Club, W105.
Call in and win.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Mickey Mouse.
We're going to Disney World.
Fox News. James Lankford defending the new border bill from the upper chamber that Republican House Leader Mike Johnson says non-starter. Fox's Aisha Hosni has more on Johnson's reaction on X.
He writes, I've seen enough. This bill is even worse than what we expected, and we won't come close to ending the border catastrophe the president has created. If this bill reaches the House, it will be dead on arrival. And Majority Leader Steve Scalise following, adding this, let me be clear, the Senate border bill will not receive a vote in the House.
The rain isn't stopping anytime soon in California. Up to 8 inches could fall in parts of Southern California today.
Hillsides are now starting to give way. The soil is just so saturated that it can't absorb any more moisture.
That's Fox Weather's Max Gordon. America's listening to Fox News.
Here we go again. Crime is out of control, but politicians refuse to go after criminals. Instead, they're targeting us. First, Governor Lujan Grisham banned honest citizens from carrying guns, even those with special training and licenses. Leaders from her own party opposed her. Even gun control advocates said the ban went way too far. But the governor dismissed the Constitution.
No constitutional right, including my oath, is intended to be absolute.
Fortunately, a federal judge stepped in and set her straight, blocking her ban. But now the governor is at it again, proposing the most sweeping gun ban in state history, banning the most popular sporting rifles, handguns favored by women for self-defense, even some hunting rifles. Call your legislator now at 505-986-4600 and tell them to oppose the governor's gun ban. Tell them to pass laws to punish criminals. Don't ban honest New Mexicans from defending themselves. Paid for by Unsilenced New Mexico.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherland's.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could hurt. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Contact New Mexico and Texas Allstate agent Todd Hyden today. 806-792-3044. That's 806-792-3044.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This Valentine's Day, let Shorty be your Cupid at National Furniture Liquidators. Forget the flowers. Give the gift that lasts for years. For him, Ashley Transformer sofas or love seats, just $12.88 each piece. For her, an Ashley Queen bedroom set, just $13.88. For the family, 4-piece entertainment wall, just $4.88, or a 6-piece dining room set, just $3.88. Deals galore, plus great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
nobody beats Shorty.
Southeastern New Mexico Veterans Transportation Network is in need of volunteer drivers. You do not have to be a veteran to drive. At SCNM Veterans Transportation Network, they transport veterans to and from their doctor's appointments in southeastern New Mexico, West Texas, and many other places at absolutely no cost to our beloved veterans that have fought hard for our country. If you are interested and would like to volunteer, please contact Alice for more details at 575-622-0729, 622-0729. Remember, all gave some and some gave all. Please help support our local veterans today.
Spinnaker Cementing Solutions, a division of Cut Energy Services, is now hiring for multiple positions. The SSIT program requires a CDL and is a service supervisor in training. They also need diesel mechanics, E-techs, experienced pressure pumping hands, and equipment operators who have their CDL. Housing is still provided. Apply online at greatoilfieldjobs.com or text oilfield to 63566. Spinnaker Cementing Solutions, a division of Cut Energy Services, now hiring. Text oilfield to 63566 or apply online at greatoilfieldjobs.com.
B and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Facebook live video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Any questions?
No. 877-396-W105. Be on the Breakfast Club 915. Bill Belichick thanked the New England Patriots fan. Full page newspaper ad in the Boston Globe. What's the cost of that, Blake? Full page ad
in the Boston Globe.
Yeah,
I bet it's a lot. I bet it's $4,000 to $5,000
at least
on an interior page.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, thank you for everything. 20 million. I mean, what's 4,000 to him?
Well, I mean, I could be totally wrong. I don't know on that size market. It could be well more than that.
I mean, he made 20 million last year.
Yeah.
And they didn't do really good. So, I mean, 20 million. What the heck?
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, 20 million. Yeah. Let's just have a party.
Yeah. Looks like National Zoo in Washington, D.C. love affair has come to an end. Walnut, the white nape crane, has passed away at the age of 42. Survived by 8 chicks and a loving staff. Thank you. Employers added 353 jobs in January.
To where?
Unemployment rate still 3.7% for those keeping score at home.
Adjusted to that.
Yeah, we got to keep adjusting it because it's not right.
You can't tell the truth, about what the numbers really are, so you adjust them.
I mean, you know what? Just look around. I mean, I want you to think about this. We added they said 340,000 jobs.
Right.
How many new people came into the country?
Many millions. Oh, wait, for the month?
For
the month?
It's about 500,000 a month.
Yeah, give or
take. We are creating less jobs than new people coming into the country.
But they're just coming here for a better life, B.
Well, but if there aren't any jobs, then they're going to get a better life on the back of citizens. That's my point.
Yeah.
Looks like a nuclear missile was found in Washington State man's garage. This happened Wednesday. National Museum of the U.S. Air Force in Dayton, Ohio, called the police in Bellevue, Washington, to report an unexpected gift offer. Police responded to the donor's house with a bomb squad. The device, in fact, was a Douglas Air 2 F Genie, previously known as the MB-1. Unguided air-to-air rocket designed to carry a 1.5 kiloton nuclear warhead. Yeah, by the way, the bomb squad discovered there was not a warhead attached to the missile, so the community was never in danger. The man who owned the missile told police that he had purchased it from an estate sale.
What estate sale is he going to?
I don't know, but 150,000 people were evacuated from his community.
Wow. Yeah, with a rocket.
Well, I mean, with a 1.5 kiloton.
Right. Nuclear head, man. Yeah, 1.5 kiloton, that would wipe out almost any major city.
Oh, yeah. They can you guys all leave now? And a raccoon knocked out power to thousands of downtown residents in Toronto, Canada.
Those darn Canadians.
Yeah. That raccoon struck again. I remember I had a problem at a radio station where the raccoons kept chewing into the wires.
I remember that. You told me that.
So, not good. All right, we got good news of the day coming up in just a second. 9:19, be on the Breakfast Club. Tom, in charge of the texts. He's in charge.
All right, so this text is asking, and I can tell you what it is. What is the purpose of the new tax on fuel? Is to do away with fossil fuel in your old vehicle so you can buy a new EV. That's what this is all about. So,
well, it's a punishment.
Yes.
Is what that is.
In the simplest terms, Tom, yes.
So, there you go. And you know, B, I am a +5 listener, so I believe I deserve to know the real reason, unless it's something vulgar or whatever happened to Nesbitt, says the texter.
Who?
Don't know. Elaborate a little bit.
I have no idea who that is.
And Tom, when are you going to get a Prius or a Tesla? Or
Tesla.
Or Tesla, says one of the texters. Never. It's too bad. It's too expensive. I'm on a budget now. So there you go.
On a budget now.
And so
the Allsup's burrito.
I never thought about saving money to retire until I retired.
Mm-hmm. And good morning, guys. New Mexico is one of the least populated states in the nation, which means fewer cars. And this money-grabbing liberal POS wants to raise taxes on gasoline to push us towards the electric cars. She doesn't give a rat's rear how she will affect the hardworking people in the state.
Rural state.
Yeah.
The average person, how far a drive is it for the average New Mexican to get to the state capitol? I guarantee it's over an hour for most people,
right,
on average.
Well, we are the 5th largest landmass state. So combine that with a lower population, and it means you have to have gas-powered vehicles or diesel-powered vehicles to get around, because electric cars don't have the range, and they're not putting in the infrastructure to charge them.
Right.
Like, you would have a really hard time going from most places in southeast New Mexico up to Santa Fe or Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm.
Here, okay, so if you're in Roswell, there is a charging station in Roswell,
right,
but there is not another one till you get up there.
So that's one charging station.
Right. Now, I was in Cruces over the weekend, and they had a charging station at where I was at the convention center, but that's the only one I've ever seen.
How many? One?
One station, man.
Okay. And by the way, let me ask this dumb question. The governor recently bought an airplane for the state. You know, a state like New Mexico, you know what would have been better to buy? A helicopter. Helicopter makes a lot of sense. It's easy to land almost anywhere. You can get from Albuquerque to Roswell fairly quick. But was that a solar power airplane that she bought?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking. All right, Tom, anything else?
All right, so this texter says, Tom is retiring early and still work, not really screw the government, asked the texter. How can Tom retire early and still work and not screw the government? The texter's asking.
Look, the dude hasn't paid taxes for a long time, so don't worry about
it. And instead of the government, this one texter is asking, putting aside $500,000, is that right? No,
talking about city of Lovington?
No, this is for reclaiming brackish water. She should have put that into the infrastructure.
50 million. Or 500 million.
500 million. She should have put that infrastructure to build charging stations in rural New Mexico.
I don't think we want them. We can do it without them.
We can do it without them. And one more text me. Has anybody asked the question, what is our power grade capacity and where are we at already on it? Don't know. And there is a charging station in Artesia, says this one texter.
At the McDonald's?
At the Allsup's.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
On 285 South and West Ritchie at their Artesia.
Well, there's one at McDonald's also.
There is one at McDonald's. And there we go.
All right, Tom, thank you. The Atlanta mayor officiating a mass wedding on Valentine's Day. So anybody want to get married? This might be a cheap way to go. How much does the average wedding cost nowadays?
I'm going to say $50,000.
Oh, easy $50,000. Easy.
Go to Vegas.
By the way, the Catholic Church here where I live, they're doing a mass wedding also. So if anybody wants to get married, you show up and get married. Asked the wife. She always wanted me to get married in church with her. I told her we'd do it there. She said no, too many people. Which really translates to no, I want to do it by myself, where we have to spend lots of money. That's what that means, okay? Charles Barkley was very mad. Charles Barkley, King Charles.
Yes, on CNN.
Became the latest commentator to take a shot at the backlash of Taylor Swift. Saying, for those that think she ruined football, you're a loser or a jackass.
Because Charles Barkley played what sport?
Basketball.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he's got a CNN show now with Gayle King.
Yep.
So he's gotta fire things up. So if you're screaming Taylor Swift ruined football, you're a loser and a jackass. I'm just repeating what he said, so you know what Charles said. So there you go, Tom.
Well, someone has said about Taylor. They said if she ever gets married, she is going to take her husband's last name. So if it's Kelsey, she's going to call herself Taylor.
She's never changed her name, Tom.
Yeah.
She's never changing her name.
I think she is. I mean, you're 35. You probably got 5 years left as a pop queen. And that's it.
Tom, how old is Cher?
She's, 80-something already?
She's still doing shows.
She's still old.
So, yeah, well, she's still old, but she's still doing shows and making money. TSA sparking some privacy concerns. They've just installed facial recognition systems in 400 U.S. airports. Blake, would you be concerned with that?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, when you combine this with everything else that's coming down the pipe, facial recognition, the excuse is always, we catch the bad guys this way. The fact is they map everybody and everything they do with facial recognition. Then they can cross-reference your social media pages. And if your social media score is not good enough, i.e. you didn't say something nice about the government, maybe they won't let you get on that plane.
So big concerns.
I would
already installed in over 400 U.S. airports. And by the way, you still got to take your belt off and your shoes. And in the meantime, people are flooding across the southern border that we don't know anything about. How about putting those cameras up on the southern border so we can see if there are terrorists coming across? Just a thought.
You don't know who I am, but soon you will know who I am.
Yeah, you will know. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Seminole Siding and Construction, a trusted name across southeast New Mexico. They can take care of your metal buildings, your roofing, siding, windows, doors, seamless gutters, and more. Go to the website for more information, SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. Maybe you're thinking about giving your home a facelift. They can take care of that. Metal buildings, or maybe you've got a roofing project after a hailstorm and you've never gotten it taken care of. Let them talk directly to your insurance company and deal with your insurance company. SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com, 575-391-1430. Get in touch with them today. Tom, anything else before we get to the good news?
Two more texts me. There's a charging station here in the metropolis of Lovington at the Lee County Electric. Says this one text. I didn't know that. And the world's been announcing Kelsey. And it's wrong, though, says the texter. It's Kels, but spelled Kelsey.
Okay.
What? All right, good news of the day being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington. Let him take care of all of your insurance. Get a quote today by calling him 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance, more. Herschel Rustin Hayes, proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So a bunch of current and former teachers at a middle school in Kentucky just hit the Powerball for $1 million. Wow. They'd been pooling all their money and playing the same numbers for years, and it finally paid off. There are 30 of them. So, Tom, that comes out to about $33,000 each. And someone in Norway drove their Tesla into a fjord, and it started sinking. But luckily, people there love saunas. and a floating sauna was nearby, and they rescued him. The passengers on board had nothing on except towels around their waist. And finally, a toddler in Raleigh, North Carolina had a very special birthday.
Wait. That was a little freaky, Tom. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was all smiles.
And the toddler?
I don't know that I want to go into the toddler after you doing it. A toddler in Raleigh, North Carolina had a very special birthday on Friday. His name is Amari. And hold on, because this one, I might twist this up a little bit, but I think I got it. He turned 2 years old on Friday. He was born on 2/2/2022 at 2:22 p.m. And that is your good news of the day.
Good news being brought to you by Herschel, Rustin Hayes, and Tom's freaky
to the sauna people in the towel.
All right, we got to go. We're going to check in with news. Tradio coming up next. Tomorrow we'll be back for the Tuesday edition of Being the Breakfast Club. News this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Give them a call today, 631-1999, 575-631-1999. Heating and air conditioning, commercial, residential, they do it all. Call them today. If your air conditioning and heating is gone out, talk to them about the new technology like inverter-driven heat pumps. They can upgrade your system. 575-631-1999. Call them today. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Tradio up next.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases.